Here we are. We should be live on the internet. Is my camera too dark? Probably, but that's just the way it's going to be. So I'm just waiting for the stream to catch up so I can see my face and the faces of my lovely players, and then I'll start talking at you. Get excited.
Woo!
Oh, yeah, there I am. Excellent.
Hype! Exclamation point.
Very good, very good. Let's see. Social medias have been socialed. Everybody's ready to go. Hello, viewers, and welcome to Intrigue in the Ivory Kingdoms on the Greyhawk channel. I'm Lex, your DM, and we are playing a game of BX Dungeons & Dragons, the rule set from 1981. Totally not archaic and outdated at all. It's so not archaic that I haven't changed certain rules to make it flow better. But seriously, very fun rule system. Really happy to be running it. And before I can get into anything else, especially talking about my lovely players, I need to tell you about some good sponsors that this channel has. Slide transition. Hey, special thanks to, first and foremost, Patreon supporters and Twitch subs. You folks make the channel go round. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, so thank you very much. Up next, we have Roll20. The Greyhawk channel is officially supported by Roll20. They are a virtual tabletop. You can find them by going to roll20.net. You can put maps and tokens up there, move them around the screen, and you can even have background music, which is super cool, and all sorts of dice and character sheets from any kind of rule system. People have made them. It's all in there. Like I said, you can find that on roll20.net. It is free, but if you'd like, you can also pay a monthly subscription fee and get access to additional features such as dynamic lighting and other fun stuff. So up next, we have Heroic Maps. Hey, if you're using roll20.net and you want some maps to put in that virtual tabletop, head on over to DriveThruRPG and search for Heroic Maps. There are over 300 detailed quality maps on there that you can purchase with good money and get them for good games. Up next, speaking of things you could purchase, you can go over to tabletoploot.com and, just a secret from me to you, enter Greyhawk into the coupon code box to get 15% off your next dice order. Why not? Dice are great. You can never have too many of them. Finally, hey, remember those Patreon supporters and Twitch subs I mentioned earlier? Well, guess what? You get special stuff for supporting the channel. You can go over to the private section of the Greyhawk Discord and find coupon codes to ruink.com and Cantrip Candles. So why not? You're given to the channel. Let the channel give back to you. All right. That's all the sponsors. I've gotten through them all so flawlessly. Let's transition back to our cast. I noticed a lot of people were hamming it up for the camera while I was talking about sponsors. That was completely wasted because we were on a different slide. So
I was hamming it up for the other players. Okay.
Okay.
Listen, I
That's
know
who it
my
was
real
for.
audience.
So, speaking of those other players, let's go around and tell y'all who they are and who they are playing. So, let's start with our special guest, second week in a row, but the last time we're going to see them on the channel, Timothy.
Hey everybody, my name's Timothy, and we're just saying our character. We're not doing any plugs. That's at the end.
Just your character.
Correct.
Plugs at the end of the
Cool.
show.
Gotcha. I am playing Princess Senebsit, the Scourge of the Celestial Sea, a princess and a pirate.
Very cool. Great character concept. All right. Katie, it's your first time here.
I know! I was supposed to be here once before, but it stormed and my internet was gone forever. I'm Katie. I am playing Melana, who is an elf. And that's all I know about her because I'm going to pull the rest of it out of my ass as we go.
Very nice. Excellent. All right. Up next, Cole.
Hi, my name is Cole. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm playing Arwen, the Tenku Thief.
Awesome. Okay. And next over to Josh.
Hi there, I'm Josh Reisted. I am playing the fighter, Ulfric Brierson.
Very cool. Okay, and like I said, I am Lex. I am the Dungeon Master. I really love dramatic lighting and really turning the exposure down too low to be able to see much of anything. But rest assured that the main reason for that is not because I don't want you to see me. It's because I don't want you to see the back of this room that's literally full of garbage. So
If you took the camera in any other position in my apartment right now, it would just be heaps of garbage. Like,
you found that one space of blank wall
Yes,
that you're
I have
good with.
so much laundry and
Yes.
behind the camera.
It's
Be
mountains
glad you can't see it.
on either side of me. Yeah, dude.
And it's never gonna be put up.
Nope. The screen that's up, that's just to hide the stuff on my table.
The labyrinth maneuvers.
Exactly.
Good.
Okay, so like I said, we're playing BXD&D. Rules slightly changed. This is using ascending armor class instead of descending armor class. So if you're a purist, sorry, I've already made you angry. Just step out now. There's nothing I can do for you. And what else? What is this game about? This is Intrigue in the Ivory Kingdoms. This is set in Jahind, which is a fantasy India, but I have added a lot of surreal elements to it, and it's a weird place, but a cool place, I think. And it's set in Greyhawk, and it's cool. I like it. I like the thing I made.
Yeah.
So
I like the thing you made too.
That's so nice.
Cool.
What else? What has happened in this game? Well, we're on session 3. If you have missed other sessions and want to catch up, you can go over to the Greyhawk channel's YouTube and watch episodes 1 and 2 there. Episode 1 entitled The Endless Palace and episode 2 entitled The Lotus Fields. I only mentioned that because I titled them and felt very clever after I did. So so far in the story, we have had the Maharaja of Jahind sends a call out across the world to be like, hey everybody, come and trade with my country. It's great. We've been isolated from the rest of the world because of all these different things in the past, but now the kingdoms are united under my rulership. We're going to trade. And everybody shows up, and they all come to trade, and they're all very excited about it. And then the delegation is attacked by a tiger man who's real mean tiger man, and also a collection of demons ? They weren't very nice either. Killed a lot of people. So that kind of went badly. Then at the end we found out that the tiger man was the brother of the Maharaja. Who could have seen that coming? High drama, everyone. And the tiger man, known as Jadugar, is trying to bring about the end of the world, maybe? Something like that. They're trying to kill a deity, and that would have some real negative ramifications for everybody. So, Jadugar left, went off to do that. Meanwhile, the Maharaja says, wow, my kingdoms are in bad shape. Everyone has lost confidence in me as a leader because, my palace was attacked at the most pivotal moment. So maybe they're right. I don't know. It's a bad look. And the Maharaja has bequeathed to the group magical items and sent them off to go and try to deal with this whole situation by going to try to reassure factions of the land that the Maharaja is to still be sided with, and to try and figure out if they can stop Jadugar. So, kind of a two-pronged thing. On the way, they met Senebset, who is the aforementioned pirate princess, and traveled to some lotus fields. It was nighttime, and there was a one-toothed man who people have theories about. What are we gonna find out? And then they went. They were informed that they needed to go to a shrine and pay tribute to Ganesha, the local, or maybe not the local deity, but definitely the deity that has a shrine there and is worshipped in that place. The party went there, and found some magic birds. They said the wrong thing to the magic birds, and the magic birds attacked them. So that was, that was a bad time. Then at the very end, after defeating the magic birds before going to the shrine,
I don't know. I don't know about bad time.
I don't know, but I sure saw some gifts that I don't know what happened, but it didn't seem fun.
Yeah, well, everyone has a different definition of fun. I like to beat up birds. That's one of mine. One of my hobbies. So there you go.
Arwen is very offended.
Oh, that's true.
Oh no!
Yikes!
I was wondering how this was gonna play out when
I didn't think about that.
Like,
Look, Arwen also had to eat goose the first episode, so we're having a bad time.
Yeah, but I think it's also worse to be like, you don't know these birds, right? Like, all the birds don't know each other, man. Like, yeah.
Wow, I just experienced a microaggression for something that wasn't my own race.
Right, yeah.
Fantastic.
Exactly.
Oh no! Lex is already done.
The recap.
Let's end it. This is the finale. Let's end the game.
This is too much.
So the very last thing that happened last session is a gigantic bat flew over, took one long, sultry look at Corville the cleric, and scooped him up and carried them away to the tree lines.
Rip.
Who knows where Corville could be? It's almost as if Taylor wasn't going to be here this week and I was playing for it.
It's so fortuitous that it worked out that way.
I know, right? Oh, quick side note. Next week, everyone's going to be here. The whole party.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be the first time we actually have all the regular players on the same place. This game's going really well. So, anyway, we join our heroes. It's late. It's got to be like 10 p.m. It's far past everyone's bedtime. And they are standing in this marsh, surrounded by blooming, or partially blooming, purple lotus under the twin moons. And they have just watched their companion be carried away.
Well,
yeah, I
he's
think
dead.
the opening shot is Ulrich and I standing there just like looking up and scowling. Like what is
Synopsis? Did you just see Corville carried away by a
Bye-bye.
bat?
I wish I could say that I didn't, but I most certainly did. She's like stands there with her like hands on her hips, just kind of staring, like all carnage and stuff forgotten, right? Like these dead birds floating in the water around us. Yeah,
I mean, it was a bat, right? I mean, that wasn't just like a giant like mega crane, was it?
I don't believe so. Do they have mega cranes?
I didn't know they had talking cranes.
That's true.
First place. So, I mean,
Do we-
one for the unknown there, but you know what? He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He's gotten himself out of tough scrapes before.
Anata, your guide, is just like, that doesn't seem good. Hey, we should try to rescue him, maybe. He says, well, you looks over. So there's a group of you. There's obviously the two of you, but there's also two retainers for Synapset.
Yeah, I have two retainers.
And Ulf has also two other people?
Two. Yep.
Okay.
Am I there as well?
You're not there yet, but you're going to get
Okay.
there. Don't worry.
Okay.
So, Anata just looks to the group and says, well, we could split up. If you need to go into the shrine, I could take some of the group, and we could go search the tree line for Corville. And
that sounds like an excellent idea, Nada. I motion to my retainers to follow and assist him.
Yeah, I think Synapset will kind of go over to Kawit, her bodyguard, like the woman with the like lioness headdress, and they have like a quick conference in their native language, or Yipton or whatever. And it does not look like Senefset is very pleased with her bodyguard. Like she's all beat up and hurt, and her bodyguard did nothing in this combat. So it looks like it's kind of like, go, like get out of my sight kind of a thing. And she sort of goes, like her lioness helmet like droop, like, oh no, mom's mad kind of a thing. But yeah, so she, her and the like piratical like halfling will go and assist with that as well to get them out of the way.
What was the name of your halfling?
The halfling is named Inio, I-N-I-O. Inio the Black is his name. Yeah.
I need to write that down.
Yes, and then Kawit, K-A-W-I-T is the bodyguard.
Yeah, for some reason I got Kawit last session.
Yeah, I don't think we ever mentioned the halfling's name for some reason. But Inio.
So as Kawit sort of walks away or sloshes away,
right?
You just hear this splash and then.
Oh, right.
I found your bow.
Oh, great, cool. Like take it over from Inio.
Inio
just
hands
sort
you
of
the
like,
bow. And they
get out of here. And he says some pirate cliche, "Shiver me timbers" or whatever, as he walks away.
Oh no, you couldn't even be bothered to think
Yeah,
of
right.
it. It's
Exactly.
Just,
Yeah, shiver me timbers. All that.
I feel like he's got like a pull cord, like you pull him and he just says, "Dead men tell no tales" or whatever. Like, yeah, he's just
somebody
a pirate
poisoned
stereotype.
the water hole.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, cool. I have my bow back. Excellent.
And they head off into darkness. You can sort of, after you lose sight of them, you can still sort of hear the sloshing of water as they head off towards the tree line. And soon after they're gone, you hear a light paddling sound coming from behind you.
I turn around to see what the noise is.
Fearing that it's the one-toothed man.
Yes, seeking revenge or the recovery of his lost boat.
Yes. No, it is another small reed boat with a smaller raven-like person on it, paddling towards you.
Oh, I call out to the boat, Arwen, it's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Now, in a bit of information that I should have given Cole prior to the game, I don't know. I don't remember. For those who don't remember last time, what happened was we had Arwen stayed behind with Gareth in order to stop Gareth from freaking out that all of his bodyguards were leaving. But before the party left, Arwen did turn and give the party a big old wink, which I think I stated at this time probably looked kind of weird because they're like a raven person. But they gave the party a big old wink and then headed off with Gareth. So, putting the ball in your court, Cole, how was it that you got away from good old Gareth?
Hell of a time losing that fucker. I may have spiked his drink. Waited till he fell asleep, locked the room to make sure no one could get in while I was gone, and just kind of left.
Yeah,
simple enough.
There you go. because we all knew there was no way that Arwen was going to pass up the chance to go to Abishau, the cursed city.
Hell no.
No, there's no way. So now Arwen has joined you, and Senebset has not met this character.
So I think I kind of give a look at Ulfric. One of yours.
Yes, a valuable ally and good friend.
Arwen reaches out a feathered hand and goes, "I would like to build bonds."
Senebset will like kind of daintily place her hand on yours, like sort of expecting you to kiss it, but looks like a little concerned because like you have a beak, right?
Are you wearing any like rings or jewelry?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, Arwen just kind of takes a look at your ring and then like pecks at it to see if it's like to hear the sound and see if it's like a real.
Sure. I mean, it probably is. Yeah, she's got a lot of plundered wealth. Sure.
Cool. Arwen is going to make a note of that and release your hand.
Just, you know.
Arwen will remember this.
Exactly. Comes up
Arwen, synapsis, Arwen.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it, Arwen would be that brave. Can I do like a sleight of hand to try and steal a ring off your hand?
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
want.
I mean, that's fine with me. Go for it.
You've
yeah.
got pickpocket.
Yeah.
This would basically be a pickpocket.
Okay, hold on though. So I'm also a thief. Can I do like a reverse pickpocket? So
Ooh,
like
you
keep
are
it
the
away?
same class. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would go for
Is
it.
that cool? Okay.
Cool. What do I do? Roll a percentage die?
I believe
That's-
pickpocket is percent. This is
Yeah.
going to be opposed percentage. So
Oh, how do you do it? How do you do that? Is it any different?
you just whoever gets the higher
guess
Oh,
the highest.
okay.
or the lower. Actually, I think lower
Lower, right?
is
Yeah.
better when you're rolling for thief skills.
Ooh,
You first.
I got a 29, so
I got a
I
s-
succeed. Yeah.
I didn't. I got a 63.
So I think like the hands out, right? And
Yeah.
Arwen takes it. Are you just trying to like slide it off the
Yeah.
finger? Right?
Yeah.
I think that she catches your thumb and gives you a little smirk, like, "Listen, I know how this works." But it's not like she's not angry. She just has this admiration of like, "Oh, well." Kind of. Yeah, great.
Arwen gives a sheepish like trill and let's go.
Yeah, great, cool. He snips it, kind of blushes a little bit. Yeah, perfect. And then I think Snips it turns to Ulfric and says, "She can stay, or they can stay," and turns
He.
and walks away. He.
Arwen is here.
Arwen is he. Okay. He can stay. And walks away.
Well, sounds like a plan.
Great.
Being that we have temporarily, hopefully, lost our cleric, I think best thing to do would be to assess.
Lost our cleric.
Giant bat came and took him for a ride, I guess. Very strange things have been going on, Arwen. Birds talking, lilies.
Birds talking.
Are any of the cranes still around?
It depends if you did anything with the bodies. They probably would have sunk and would not currently be visible by this point.
Okay. Very large talking cranes.
Like me. Those like me.
Not, I wouldn't say so. Much more bird-like, but very mystical as well. Was able to cast magic, and had a heck of a peck. I will say that. I mean, sporting a couple bruises myself. We got a riddle wrong. We got a riddle wrong on that. And, well, one of us got a riddle wrong.
Well. In this country, perhaps. In my country, that would have been the correct answer to the riddle. Just so we're all clear.
So what now, darling?
I point to I guess the entrance of the temple is visible, Lex.
Yep, right in front of you.
All right.
Can I ask quick, Lex, out of character? The conceit with the temple is that in order to cross the marsh, we have to make an offering, right? That's what we're trying to do in order to get out of here.
That's what the one-toothed man said.
Right. Gotcha. And you always gotta trust the one-toothed man.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I don't understand.
We need to head to the temple and apparently make an offering to be able to cross the marsh. So I guess that's where we go. So anybody need to rest up or gather supplies or?
I am a little bit injured. I don't know if you have had a rather long day, I imagine, Master Ulfric.
I have. It was a rather light skirmish, but I wouldn't mind brief repast.
Yes.
Gather oneself and take stock. Shall we gather what we need and meet on the steps?
That suits me just fine.
I grab the rope for the one boat that we have, and I grab Arwen's and pull them both up to the steps and find something to lash them to.
Okay, great.
Easy enough. There's some broken stonework you can lash the reed
How
of boats to.
does resting work in this system?
Oh,
Not well.
You can't take a short rest.
I kind of assumed it didn't work well.
Yeah.
Like nothing does, right?
It's
Well,
it's so yeah. You can't take a short rest. That's not a thing.
Okay.
If you want to take a full rest, you can heal 1d3 hit points. Wow, everyone.
Cool. It's been
So-
fun playing Synapset. I'm excited to play another character soon.
I was gonna say healing
Yeah.
potions and magic and healing magic
Yeah.
is pretty much the way
I
you
had
begin.
one.
it.
Well,
I
it's
just
too bad
figured-
our cleric.
But then, of course, and your
yeah, I know.
cleric is gone.
The cleric was out of spells anyway. They wouldn't have been
That's
able to
true.
heal anyone.
Yeah. So we don't probably want to do a full rest because is that like an 8-hour thing, right?
No.
I assume.
For the sake of narrative, I'm gonna say you cannot do that.
Okay.
Whew, break that
gotcha.
fourth wall.
Cool. Well, 7 hit points is plenty of hit points, right?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
more than I have.
Oh, okay, great. Cool. Now I feel excellent. Never mind.
Like-
Yeah. I just have more than that. I'm a higher level character because I'm really handsome, and he let me have a lot of extra levels because of how handsome I am. That's what Lex told me.
That's
I guess that's what brown nosing will do for you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Look at all these levels I have. Okay, so we don't have to rest then. If it's not gonna get any hit points back, then we can just go in.
All right.
Cool.
Tim, that reminds me. I have a quick question for you.
Oui.
What did you roll on that 2d6 for that item I gave you?
Oh, I got a 5. So I
So-
think I have 4 charges left. Is what I have.
Okay,
Yeah,
good
'cause
to know.
they only tried to spell on me the one time.
The one time.
Yes.
All right. So
Okay.
you folks head in. It occurs to me that there's a document that I need to share with you folks on Discord, or I don't need to. It's not necessary, but it would help everyone. But I don't have it up right now, so I think maybe during the break I will. Let's see here. Do I have any good text? Do I have any flavor text for this? Any box text? No, I didn't
Just
write anything.
spin some off the dome.
Sprinkle a little seasoning on it, Lex. We need some flavor.
Paint us a word picture. What do we see?
As I said prior, this is a temple sort of at a slight tilt. It looks like half of this has sunk a bit into the bog, and though at one point it was lavishly carved with all these very intricate elephants all over the place, time has worn it down. So a lot of them are crumbled or falling apart. One still has a real good trunk. That's what you're securing those ropes to. But there's also moss and sort of creepers and stuff that are hanging off of this place. And as you walk in to the arched doorway, it's dark. It is quite dark. What is everyone snickering about?
I made a bad pun.
Yeah, there's some stank happening in the player chat over here. Some bad punnage. It's no good.
I called it a leaning temple of geese.
Oh.
I
Listen,
don't like it.
Just take my 2 HP. I don't want them anymore. I don't want to
we don't
play.
have bad puns. Is it really a D&D game?
I don't want to play anymore.
It doesn't mean I don't
Katie's-
like it.
Katie's just like, listen, I hadn't been in this game before. I didn't realize how bad it was. I'm just going to see myself out.
All three.
I haven't even been introduced yet. I'm good to go.
Yeah, I mean, I could use 2 more HP if you're passing them out. Like, I'm just saying. I'm a squishy lady.
So, Ulfric has some torches. I'm guessing he will light one to help out. Does anyone else need torches?
I mean, 1 torch should be good enough. I do not have any torches, but I have a lot of
Same.
climbing gear. I have grappling hooks and rope and stuff we have to climb. But that's the only piece of adventuring gear I have. So that's my
Okay.
weapons. 'Cause 1 torch is sufficient, right, to light it? Lex, would you say?
Yeah. You light
There's
up
also
that torch.
2. It's dark inside? Is any moonlight coming in at all, or is it?
No, the roof is
Okay.
fairly intact, at least here.
Okay. Gotcha.
So there's a little bit from the doorway. It is a fairly large
Sure.
doorway, but as you venture in,
We need a torch,
light
okay.
pretty much evaporates. And as you enter inside, you just hear sort of the puddles along the floor, your footsteps slosh into, and it echoes through this stone chamber. And as the torch lights, you can see again. This is a grand entry hall that has statues lining either side of mostly different figures, like humanoid type figures. Some of them have animal heads, some don't. So there is one that has the head of a horse, and many have 4 arms, some have 2. They are all usually holding different things in their different arms, or they have their hands in different sort of like meditative poses, and they're all sitting cross-legged, and they kind of just line this room. And you see at the far end of the room, there is a figure hunched over what looks like a pit of some sort, calling down. Katie, you had entered this place, I don't know, maybe an hour ago, something like that. And after venturing across the Lotus Fields, a strange one-toothed man told you had to go in here. And so your elf and your retainer, what is your retainer? Like what class?
A thief.
Okay. Had ventured into this place, and I mean, I don't want to tell you how to role play, but I'm going to tell you how to role play real quick. You told, basically there was a lot of arguing because the thief was just like, I mean, I can't see in here. It's really dark. And you, being an elf, could see just fine. You said, I don't know what you're complaining about. Just go ahead of me, and we're going to get to the next. The doorway is right there. So the thief was like, fine. I'll just go towards the doorway. And as they approached it, you heard a grinding of stone and a breaking of stone. And some of the floor in front of that doorway just fell away. And your thief character fell down into a pit. Not like a trap, but just like this place is not holding together very well.
I feel like that's the exact definition of a trap, Lex. A pit in the ground.
It's not, but it wasn't supposed to open up. It just fell apart because the place is in bad shape.
Gotcha.
So you're standing over the pit, yelling down to your thief character. And as you were doing that, trying to figure out how you might be able to get them out of there, a light lightened at the far end of the room.
Like bow out, arrow ready, right?
Good to meet you.
She turns around and looks at the rest of you. Be careful where you step. You might end up like my friend down there.
Are they all right?
They're fine. They've been through worse.
Listen, my leg's real messed up.
You'll be fine.
Have you found any rope yet?
She turns back and looks at you. Do you have any rope?
Quite a lot, actually. And she like unslings this big coil. She'll like walk over to you and then kind of stop. Who are you?
I'm Melana. I know Corville. Where is Corville?
Oh. Turns back to Ulfric. Do you want to tell her?
He's taking a little trip. He's catching some air. He's gone the way of the bats.
He's gone a little batty, you might say.
He's gone a little batty. There's apparently some very large megafauna around this area, and he should be fine. We've sent our retainers to go look for him.
We've decided that he's going to be fine. That's
More than
what
likely.
we've decided. Yeah.
Well, as long as you've decided it, then I just should trust you. Okay, I'm going to pretend that I don't know any of this and just continue on.
That's what I found. Mm-hmm.
It makes life
Works
a lot
best.
easier.
Shall I help your friend? Is
Please,
like the rope.
please. she like helps you as well so we can get
Cool.
the retainer out.
Great.
Oi up there. Hey, I'm doing a bad accent for this character. Hey, you got any rope?
Oh, I'm transported.
Lex, please don't
Who
do
is
it.
this?
Don't do it, Lex.
Deeply immersed.
What dialect is that?
What far country is this character from? Yeah, sometimes it will lower the rope and together. Rilana's she.
Yeah,
her?
she, her. Mhm.
Gotcha. Cool. can lower it down and pull this nameless thief retainer out of the hole. Great. I don't like step in any other holes on the way over.
No.
It just suddenly occurred to me,
Nothing
right?
like that. Although you are going to have to figure out how to ford this pit that is now in the way of the doorway to the next section of the temple.
Well, I have a grappling hook. So I think once we pull the thief out, I think I kind of am gazing around looking for anywhere I might be able to affix the hook. That way we could Indiana Jones across.
I'm pretty good at climbing shit. I can get up and attach it if we need it.
Okay. Yeah, sure. If you volunteer, I think she would let you do it. I can also do it, but I'm a princess and people do things for me. So if you volunteer, I will absolutely let you do it.
I also don't know that you've told Arwen you're a princess yet.
Well, I think okay, two things. The way that she carries herself, there's just no way. She at least acts like
Arwen's never met well, that's a lie. Arwen has met a monarch, but Arwen doesn't care about the monarchy.
Sure, that's fine. But I think if you step forward, she's not going to object, right? She expects things to be done for her. So if you go do it, she's like, good, yes, one of my people is seeing to it. There's no check I need to make to find a place to... There's no perception anymore. Is that a thing? I just don't know the system. It's so strange.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you want to point out a place, what would be appropriate for that?
Like a stalagmite?
Yeah, there are these big statues, right? Are there any of the statues that are high enough that we could loop around a trunk?
Yeah, there definitely are.
A crossbeam could work too.
Make me a wisdom ability check.
Okay, it's also pretty dark. So I don't have dark vision or anything, obviously. I got a 13.
What is your wisdom score?
Oh, sure. I forgot. My wisdom score is 11. I'm trying to get below it, right?
Yeah, you're trying to get below it.
Okay, so it's dark. I feel like I can't see anything. But I'm I'm obviously looking for a place with this grappling hook.
Yeah, you're like, oh, the arm of that statue probably be good.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Okay.
So do I become convinced of a wrong, that doesn't work?
Well, you're like that would probably you think you found a space. You're not sure about it if it would be at a good angle, but you're like, that might work, but nothing great.
Okay. Yeah. You want to take it, Arwen?
I'll take it.
Okay. She'll pass you there.
And I'm gonna scramble up the statue.
Great.
All right. Scramble up the statue. You reach the arm and are gonna hook that on, and you're just sort of reaching over to the end of it, and as you do, you hear a sort of a cracking sound. The stone of the arm. Oh, I didn't have you roll to climb, but you were probably gonna get it because you have a 90%. It's fine.
Yeah.
Though you are over the pit right now, and the arm breaks. And you begin to fall.
I'm still holding onto the rope.
You are still holding on.
Oh, cool. Yeah. And I've got the other end,
Mm-hmm.
right? I could maybe help you out.
How long is this rope?
50 feet, baby.
Nice. Okay, well, you fall.
You just hear, just one long, bird screech.
Oh no, old Frank! And she starts slide towards
I grab the rope as well and just brace.
What are your combined strength scores?
Let's see.
I would like to point out Raylana is standing to the side with her arms crossed and her hip jetted out, just watching this.
Oh, also your thief
yeah,
retainer who has hobbled their way back up is just oh, Ray, my ankle's really messed up. I mean, it could just be a strain, but I'm really worried about hairline fractures.
Sounds like a
You'll
different
be all right.
I thought that
You'll
guy
be
had
fine.
an accent.
I can't do that anymore. It's not.
Dug this grave for yourself.
Raylana's just shaking her head. She hasn't looked at the retainer. She's watching this debacle in front of her and just going, "You'll be all right."
You got it.
17 there, Lex.
I can contribute an 8 to this combined strength score.
Oh, 17 plus an 8 is 25.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually probably enough. Let me.
I'm only 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
Birds have light bones.
That's
I'm
true.
they're
Birds have hollow bones.
My bones are hollow. Yeah, no.
I probably weigh like 15 pounds soaking wet.
So Nebset was just is sliding, going towards, and then Ulf just steps behind her and grabs the end of the rope, and it seems like it's basically Ulf doing all of this.
Yeah, I think the Nebset is like and like straining, but like not doing half of the work even, right? Yeah.
And Arwen just is falling, and then suddenly the rope goes taut, and you're like 5 or 10 feet from the ground. You just go, huh! Just looking down.
Like Mission Impossible.
Arwen, are you all right?
I'm all right.
Well, we have you, and we'll start to pull you back up.
Is there anything of note on the ground?
There we go. That's what I was waiting for.
How high up is the cliff? Like 60 feet?
I was gonna say it's not that deep, because then it would have definitely killed that thief character.
Okay.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I'm gonna let go.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's probably only like 25, 30 feet, something like that. And you let go, and there's some water that's collected at the bottom of this pit, but you sort of land with a slight like sound.
When Arwen lands, I'm gonna do that like, there's like a line from SpongeBob where some guy screams and goes, "My leg!"
Oh yeah.
Arwen's gonna essentially do that.
I like that it is that quote that like Arwen saw that episode of SpongeBob, and so that's why you have it, right?
And then next to Ray, the thief character. What is the thief character's name? Do you know?
That's my first retainer. Her name is Angelina.
Angelina. My
Angelina is just like, oh no, someone else has hurt their leg. I told this place is a death trap, Ray.
Not OSHA approved. No.
Ray just walks over to like the edge of the pit and looks down. He's still alive. He's fine.
I wave up.
Do you need help getting out of there? Are you a competent thief?
I'll be fine.
Arwen, you notice in the glimmer of the torchlight, there is a glint of gold down here.
Yep, I'm getting it.
There you go. You grab it.
Hell yeah.
Looks like a necklace of some kind. Worth, let's roll this. Oh, okay. Worth 100 gold pieces.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Can we see what's on the other side of the pit? How wide is it? Is it like?
It's about 15 feet wide, and
Okay.
yeah, on the other side of it is a hallway that leads off into darkness.
We would assume and we're trying to find like an altar or something.
And this room doesn't seem to have any of that. It has a bunch of statues, but there's no altar set up.
Yeah, it's like the entrance. Okay, I got it.
Ray just looks down the pit again at Arwen. Maybe you should climb back up and affix the rope to one of these statues on the other side so we can shimmy across.
You got it, boss.
Not your boss. Not taking responsibility for you.
I think I put my hand on Raylana's wrist. I'm her boss. Or I'm his boss. Right?
All
like, just
right.
quietly, like, I'm the one. I'm definitely not, right?
Oliver just like, what? Okay.
Okay.
I just tie the rope around her forearm and just kind of brace.
And I'm gonna start climbing up the other side.
Sure.
Would you like me to roll for that?
I would like you to roll for this.
Okay, cool. What is? I probably passed it. I rolled a 22.
Oh yeah.
My climb sheer surface is like 80s. Yeah, I'm done.
You're fine. You shimmy on up to the top with the rope, and Angelina is just like, oh, thank goodness, their leg's okay. I mean, I really didn't think they'd be able to do it with that bad leg. I mean, I wasn't gonna be able to do it. Look at this.
I stick a bird leg up in the air and kind of wave it around a bit.
Does anyone have
my
any
leg in the air.
ice? Because this is swelling like crazy. I just
Lex is setting a really bad precedent for the type of character I have to play when Raylana dies.
So you have 2 hit points that like you will play this character.
I'm going to play this character and not have to deal with all of this.
Everybody doesn't like them immediately.
God.
Oh boy.
Ooh, okay.
Cool, but Arwen's on the other side.
Yep.
I'll go find a rock or something to tie it around.
Once I see her climb out of the pit, I will find another statue somewhat adjacent and just securely tie it. So we have like a shimmy rope, tight rope.
Sure.
However we want to get across.
Okay.
Good.
You spend some time securing the rope. You get it pretty good. You're able to shimmy over to the other side without too much difficulty. And now you're in that hallway. Is Angelina coming with you?
I think I would tell Angelina to wait on the other side of the pit for us to get back.
Okay. She gives you the thumbs up and then continues sort of trying to like massage their leg. You're like, oh, it's bad. It's just, it's bad. It's gonna be purple. It's no good.
I think Ray would walk ahead a little bit, and can I can listen at doors. I have a 2 in 6 chance of hearing noises. Can I listen ahead and see if I can hear anything ahead of us?
Sure. Roll.
It's a D6, right? And after roll a 1 or a 2.
Yep.
Is that right? I rolled a 5.
All you can hear is the echoing sound of the group's footsteps.
If we stay quiet, we should be all right.
Similarly, does hear noise that both Arwen and I have, is that different from listening at doors, or is that just like?
I'd probably use it in a similar way.
Okay. But yeah, so it's not like passive. So is that something like
We have to be in a quiet
quiet
environment.
area? Okay, cool. I didn't know if this qualified.
I mean, if you can get everybody to stop walking, then sure, because there's not
No,
much
it's
else
fine.
going on.
I wasn't sure if it was like a should we make perceptions for? I guess it would be find traps, right? Is maybe the right. So maybe I will do as we're walking down the hall. I'll maybe roll traps just to be like, are there any other?
And can I assist with that? Is there assist?
Assist is not a thing. But I would usually say, let's see, find traps is percent. Right? Or is it a D6?
Yeah. It's percent.
Yeah, it's percentage.
Okay. If another thief is helping you, I would say just off the top of my head, make it like 10% easier.
Okay, great. Yeah, if you don't mind helping me, Arwen,
Yeah,
I've got 25. Okay, great. So I'll give it a try. So 35. Let's see. Nope, 91.
Okay.
Extremely far away.
Ooh.
That's okay.
Ooh.
All right.
So we might fall into pits. Who knows?
So you, the hallway empties into another large chamber. This one may have also contained similar statues. But now it's just broken pieces of stonework that are littering the floor. And also the walls have like huge gouges taken out of them. This doesn't at a glance look like the ravages of time. This looks like the ravages of some sort of large creature that has damaged this room significantly.
Large bat.
At the end of the room,
Yeah.
there is another entryway to another hallway.
Are any of the gouges on the ceiling in particular?
No.
They're all on the walls.
Yeah, if you hold the torch up, you see that the ceiling is not damaged. Although, you do notice that water is dripping down through cracks in the ceiling. Specifically, the left-hand wall has like a lot more moss growing on it. It is much soggier than the rest of the area, and some puddles have formed.
Okay. Any exits out of? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just asked, any exits out of this room? Did you say that?
Yes, the far end of the room there is another hall.
Far end of the room. Okay, got it.
Lex, is the sword that I got is that vibrating at all or
Nope.
Nope.
Another room sword.
Okay. So yields Sting is not detecting no evils. I guess Ulfric begins to make his way towards the door.
Yeah, I think. Oh, go ahead, Arwen. You got it.
No, I was just gonna say I don't like the fact that Let's dropped the combat rules into our Discord chat. It makes me nervous.
No, that's just something I want you guys to have because it's important to have it.
Apropos of nothing. Yeah.
Not.
Yeah,
This is like
yeah,
in the game,
yeah.
you know, you get to
yeah.
the safe spot. There's health pass, ammunition.
Yeah,
There's-
absolutely.
There's a safe spot.
Right.
Yeah, the safe rooms in Left 4 Dead. Yep,
Yep.
this is what just happened.
There's just like a
all the
glowing
jars
orb.
with fairies in them that you smash before the door.
Yeah.
Man. I
There's-
know.
Here it
There's a
comes.
lot of clay jugs that if you hit them with your sword, there'll be gemstones
Yes.
in them. And there's also a
Ah.
glowing orb that if you go and touch it, it'll ask you which memory card you're gonna. save
I think. oh,
Can
go
I
ahead.
go to the moss and like, I guess like feel it and see if it's any sort of like a secret door or something hidden behind the moss?
Yeah.
Because I do have a keen eye to do that.
Sure.
2 and 6 chance again. Let's see how well this goes. I rolled a 2.
Woo.
So you're sort of checking this out, and as you're pressing on it, you realize that some of the stones are very sort of like eroded by water, and you're kind of like, okay, I don't want the wall to cave in on me because that would be bad. But you basically find a place where you can apply some pressure, and the stones just cave in. Not the whole wall, but a section of it just falls away. And you can see that at some point this was a secret door, probably in the past, but because of the water damage, now it's just like it fell apart because you pressed on it. But it within is
I'm gonna lift my lantern. Well, I don't really need my lantern. I can see in the dark, but lift my lantern up and look inside of it.
You can see there are what looks like a small kind of reliquary, sort of depository area with several clay jars on a shelf.
Okay.
And also a leather bag sitting on the shelf next to them.
I found something if anyone's interested. And she's gonna dip
Ooh.
in and I think start looking through the bag.
Okay. You open up the bag. It contains a handful of gemstones. How many gemstones? 3 gemstones worth 50 gold pieces each.
Ooh. I'll pocket those and probably wait and see like if anyone else comes to look at the
I'm gonna
the
scurry over.
jars. Yeah.
Definitely.
Ulfric will make his way over.
Sure. Yeah, if you pick up any of the sort of jars, they have like wax sealed
Cool.
corks on them.
Oh. Sorry,
is
I
there
just
any-
got an idea of what they might be.
Is there any writing or symbols on
There
the jar?
are symbols on them.
Okay.
What classes do we have? We've got an elf, 2 thieves, and a fighter.
You need to know what languages we can read?
Oh, no, languages would actually not be relevant in this particular case. Though, if Ray looks at them, you could probably figure out. Actually, roll me you know what? Anybody could roll me intelligence. See if they can.
I'll
I got some intelligence.
I'll do it.
I have to
too.
roll under my score, right?
Yes.
Oh,
I rolled a 6, so I'm good. I have a 14.
Yeah, I rolled under as well. I got an 11 out of 14.
I didn't.
So you notice that you can't tell what these say, but you can tell that they are divine magic inscriptions.
Like protection, like it's like they're warded. Is the vibe?
I mean,
Or-
you're not a cleric,
don't know.
so you
Okay.
don't know. But you do know that this is the kind of writing that you've seen on cleric stuff.
Okay.
I hold it up to my ear and I shake it a little bit. Maybe there's a sloshy noise. or
It's
a-
very light. There doesn't seem to be any liquid in it, but as you shake it, you hear. Actually, no. I guess you wouldn't hear anything. It feels like it's empty.
Perhaps we should keep those for when Corvo gets back from his little rest. Not saying you can't have them, but it might be of more benefit if he deciphers what they are.
10% shrugs. Plunder. And puts it in the bag. Yeah.
There are 3 of them.
Cool. I will take one.
Okay.
At least to hold on to.
I'll grab the other.
All right.
They don't have like animal heads on the top, do they?
No,
That was like
no,
my
no,
first
no.
thought. Okay, cool. Just checking.
Yeah, then Raylana backs out of the room and I think starts heading toward the door on the other side of the room.
As you're doing that, you hear a slight squeaking sound, and you almost step on, but catch yourself very quickly. A mouse that just runs in front of you, right in front of you.
Does it look like it's running from something, Lex?
No, it looks like it has run across the room directly into your path, which is odd because usually mice run away from your path.
How many teeth does this mouse have?
I mean, you have to get in a lot closer to investigate the number.
I'm not saying I'm going to check, but this is a question we need to be asking ourselves about this mouse. No, I didn't say
Arwen,
anything for Seb, just go ahead.
Arwen's gonna try and eat the rat.
Good job, Arwen.
Cool. Arwen rushes over and attempts to grab the mouse. Make an, I guess, attack roll.
Okay.
Because the mouse like has scurried up to you, and then as you go and try and pick it up, it's like, whoa.
I've rolled a 16. What is my... Oh, yeah, I rolled a 16.
Okay, no, that's enough. So the mouse tries to scurry away, and you just grab it by its tail and pick it up. And as you're holding it and bring it closer, you hear it squeaking go from just squeaking to. It's like, wait, don't, hey, come on,
Be cool.
cool. I just wanted to talk.
Arwen, hang on. Do we hear this? I guess would be the.
Arwen can hear it because
Arwen.
it has the volume capacity of a mouse.
But like, does that stop Arwen? Will Arwen eat a sentient mouse?
Well,
The mouse deserved it.
I think Arwen, like, you actually see Arwen pause and like see the gears turning on whether or not it's okay to eat another sentient animal.
It takes some thought. It's not automatic. Yeah.
And then Arwen very slowly lowers the mouse down.
The mouse is like, oh, thank goodness. Oh, jeez.
I'd like to build bonds.
Oh, yes. No, you're here. I'm very glad you're here. My name is Crancha, and I need to speak with you. It's very urgent, and oh, goodness.
Arwen, are you talking to the mouse?
The mouse
That's
is talking to me.
That's a mouse.
Braylon is walking over to stand beside Arwen. And, like, I think kneeling down to be closer to the mouse.
In a distinctly feminine voice, Arwen goes, "You're quite intriguing, aren't you?"
Yeah. The mouse says, I mean, I'm Crancha. I don't
I don't know if this is quite intriguing person.
I just listen, I really need your help. There's some bad stuff that's gone down here lately, and it's Makara is kind of out of control.
Oh, okay. Crenshaw, what was it again? Crancha. Let's start with the fact that you're a mouse. Can we start with that part?
Crancha just sort of looks.
Were you born a mouse or were you turned into a mouse?
Looks at you, looks at themselves, and they're like, "Well, yeah." I mean, what?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not a rat.
I'm a
God damn
bird.
it. We're not as if we're surprised or anything. It's just, you know, if you were a bird.
Oh,
If-
did you see the cranes?
Yes, we've had some experience with the cranes.
I'm so sorry you had to deal with them. They're Makara, they sort of serve Makara, and Makara's not the nicest, so they kind of aren't the nicest. And I was able to sneak past them, but I know that it's difficult when you're, your size. That guy, yeah, I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
Do you know anything about a bat, little mouse?
A bat?
bat.
Well, let's a bat.
Big bat.
Large bat.
No,
Very large.
no bats live in the bogs. They live in the forests.
Ah,
Okay, so that's not Makara then, presumably.
No.
Oh no!
Okay.
Makara isn't a bat. Makara is a crocodile.
Oh, that's much
Oh,
better.
even
Oh.
yeah.
Yes. mhm.
Crocodile.
Yeah. No, I mean.
Yes, many more teeth to handle.
I mean-
yeah.
So, oh gosh, there's so many teeth. Okay, I need to start at the beginning. I always get ahead of myself. Ganesha always says I get ahead of myself. Okay, so the deal is that Makara served the river goddess, and then she had to leave for some reason. I don't exactly know why, but it was a big deal. I guess the other god said she had to go, and then Makara's supposed to stay here, supposed to guard all the lotus, and then Makara just gets all uppity about it, saying like, I don't want to wait, I'm very impatient. I'm just like, hey, chill, man, come on, we're all friends here. So then Makara decides that they're gonna just start going crazy and thrashing stuff apart and going into Ganesha's freaking temple and just taking over the place. And using it to just hang out and wreck stuff. I mean, look, and then sort of gestures with their little paw to all like the broken things. It's like Makara's just got crazy, and it's not good. It's really bad. So I'm so glad you're here.
Crocodiles are notoriously unchill, so.
Yes.
Or is that alligators? I get them confused. They look
both are
alike.
known for bad temperaments. I mean,
Really,
One might
most
be.
I come across are pretty chill.
Hmm.
I'm-
Snapchat shakes her head. You've never seen the crocodiles where I come from.
I mean, to be honest, darling, they probably want to eat you, so they're getting you in the, the best sort of position.
so where is Makara right now?
They're through there. They're at the heart of the temple.
No, you
There's-
say are they alone, or is there more?
No, it's just him, but he's he might be kind of angry. And there are there's at least one other very dangerous thing to watch out for before we get there. But
Do you care to elaborate?
it's some of these places are flooded, and the next room is one of those places. It's a little flooded, and there's a lot of plants that are there that, well, they don't really subsist off of the heat from the sun. They subsist off of the heat of living things, and they're. I mean, if you
Like
can avoid
mice.
them, yes, I'm very scared to go in there, but luckily I'm usually small enough that they don't quite notice me. But you might have a little more of a problem, although you have swords and weapons and things and it's magic. I don't know. You could probably destroy them or just avoid them. It would.
How flooded is the room? Is there space up top, or is it completely flooded? What are we talking about here?
There's probably, I would say, let's see, maybe it's 10 to 15 feet deep, but there's, I don't know, another 10 feet above that. It's like the DM told me those specific numbers. And
The mouse has a concealed. It's only like 10 feet, but the mouse that's like 1,000 yards, right? That's like a football.
miles and miles in either direction.
Yeah, exactly. It's so deep. So next we'll take one of the jars and we'll set the jar down next to the mouse. Mouse, what is this?
Mouse looks at it. Walks over to it, looks at it, sniffs it. Oh, these are the divine scrolls of the priests of Ganesha. I mean, I didn't know there was any of those left, but hey, it looks like they're sealed, which means the paper is probably still in pretty good shape. You could if you are any of you clerics?
Unfortunately, our cleric's on a little vacation at the moment.
Oh no! Oh no! Well, I mean, I would hold on to him because if you run to a cleric, it's always good to have some divine scrolls. Yep.
Thank you, Mouse.
Mouse, you say these plants subsist off of living things, human or heat from living things. Do you happen to know any tricks on how to get past them? Any? I know you're small and you can sneak, and we do have our advantage with weaponry. But any inside information?
Usually in most cases, people try and distract them with fire, but the chamber is pretty flooded, so I'm not sure how you could do that without it going out. The other thing is, I can try and take you along the perimeter of the room, and you should be able to. I think that'll avoid most of the vines. Probably think almost certainly.
Okay. So Ulfric reaches in his pack, pulls out a bit of a biscuit.
Yeah.
Makes a couple, crumbles it up in front of him. Said, "Thank you for that. Thank you for the information." And he's like, I think I have an idea. So he starts grabbing some cloth, tying them around some arrows, and he happens to have a flask of oil that he starts spreading on the cloth. And he pops open his jar. He opens it up, and he takes out the scroll. And who wants to hang on to it?
I will.
Okay. And he takes his torch and just puts it in there. It's still lit. And like, let's head to the next room.
I think I know what you're trying to do, and she takes off her longbow. I can assist if needed.
Let's say, prepare 6 arrows with oily rags attached to them.
I also kind of waddle my short bow at you too.
All right.
I also have a short bow. You're like a team of archers with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't the mouse say the room is flooded though, so the torches wouldn't work? Like, are the plants underwater?
If we were to fire them at the ceiling away from us,
They might
I
go
see.
toward the
Okay,
heat.
cool.
there,
Yeah, I'm in.
not at us. So
Sounds like a good plan. Cool.
and the torch, if we do go, we could just throw it in the jar, light it that way, and then
Yeah, have it be like a makeshift, like
Floatable.
pot to hold it in. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I like this plan.
Right.
Yeah, Rolana will follow after you with her longbow at the ready to go whenever we get in there.
little friend, are you wishing to come with us, or are you staying here?
So so Crancha is just like has their little paws up and is just going,
Aw.
just eating that little bit of food, and between they're like, no, I should go with you. It's important that I go with you.
Will you allow me to pick you up?
Oh yeah, no, as long as you're not gonna don't squish me. You look very strong.
I have like an epaulet or something. I just tuck them up and underneath.
Okay. Crancha just hangs out. Continues snacking on his snack.
I have a little mouse friend.
I love this.
Mouse buddy.
It's gonna suck when he inevitably betrays us.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
It does. Listen, you gotta ask yourself, okay, if you have 2 hit points as like a grown elf, how many hit points does this mouse have? Right? Like,
What class is the mouse? We don't know.
What level is the mouse?
right, that's
Exactly.
true. Could be a great mouse. A+ mouse.
hey, speaking of which, since Ed, Lex, stop me if this won't work. We did get that one piece of armor from last game. Can we hand that off? Is that something doable?
Oh
where's
yeah,
that?
no, you. I forgot to mention that. So you guys do have. What was it called? The Petals of the Golden Throne, which is
Yes,
magical
yep.
leather armor.
And
I mean, my AC is 17, so even though I have 2 HP, I'm
My
harder
AC
to
is
hit.
12.
oh yeah, no, this makes it. I have it right here. It's a plus 2.
14.
Yep, +2 leather armor. Make
Hell
sure
yeah.
14. Once per day, it can be used to blend into any natural surroundings, making the wearer effectively invisible, however, still quite fragrant.
Okay.
So who?
All
would
right.
like-
I think fragrant like a good way, like flowers.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Not pungent.
Can you send that info to me somehow?
It's in the
actually in the
Discord.
Discord chat.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, you
Okay.
just gotta scroll up to it, which is
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so my armor class is now 14.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
Do you have a dexterity bonus?
Yeah.
Okay, because you can add that to your armor class.
Fuck me. Cool. 16 it is then. Hell yeah. I'm not so squishy.
Cool. So yeah, you can check that armor stat block, and you guys are gonna head towards the next room. All right, so you head down and you see, or rather you notice, as you're heading down this hallway, it sort of is at a downward slope. So as you're heading down, your feet start to slosh in this water that has built up. And you come to the entry to a chamber that, yeah, pretty much is what Crancha said. It's like a long chamber. There's a door at the other end, but it is pretty flooded. It goes, at this point, like you're at the doorway and you're sort of dog paddling a little bit.
We see any of these plants anywhere? Or are they all submerged?
No, you don't see them at all.
Okay.
You just see the sort of the flicker of the reflection of the firelight off of the water as it moves gently from being disturbed by you being there. And Crancha is just like, oh gosh, yeah, this is ooh.
I think Raylana is bringing up the rear, and she's going to like wait for Ulfric to say anything before she fires or anything.
I think before we even start going through the water, Ulfric tells everybody to fit one arrow onto their bow, and he's kind of in the middle of the group, just pushing the fire pot in front of him, just having it float and it flicker, and just having everybody move through it. Let's just keep going. If we see something,
Yeah. We'll take up points.
So yeah, describe to me again this fire pot.
Basically a clay pot,
Mhm.
taking the cork off, and the torch is just in there burning.
Okay, so that's floating in the water.
Yep.
You're pushing it along. All right. So you float it forward. How far is it? Just right in front of you, or are you pushing it
Yep,
farther?
just right in front. Kind of
Okay.
doing side stroke, keeping the mouse up above. I
Uh,
figured I might even head towards the head, rest it on my head or
Oh
something.
yeah, for sure. You got to ratatouille that, like put him
Yeah.
under your helmet,
Like
right?
a
Yeah,
little hat. He's just kind of like,
exactly.
You're right.
Pulling on your
Aw.
hair.
yeah, no, so Crancha is just like pulls on your hair. It is just like, okay, so you should stick to the right side of the chamber. Is I think there's less of them around there, so that try and stay over there.
All right, and we follow that direction.
Okay.
Can I try and keep an ear out to hear noise or?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. That is.
I can assist you if you want to give you another 10. So
Please.
I've got it too, yeah. Or
Um,
1, I don't know, because hear noise is out of 6, right?
Yeah. So that would make it a 3 and 6?
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Okay. And so I roll 2d6.
No, you roll 1d6.
1d6? Okay, cool. That makes things a hell of a lot easier. That's a 2.
Okay, yeah, that's a success. So you don't hear anything in this chamber, but you do hear somewhere beyond, very slightly echoing from farther in the temple, just like this crashing sound. It sounds like, because you had time to listen to it, wherever it's at in the temple, it is probably a cacophonous noise, but you just only hear it very softly in here because it's a little ways off.
in the as best a mouse voice as Arwen can do, goes, my car is going crazy.
you just hear Cranshaw is just like, oh geez, you guys, well, I hope you can do something about that. It's really bad. It's real bad. Ulf, you're in front of the party.
Yeah.
You notice something as you're pushing forward. You notice, or actually, I'd say you notice two things. So you're on the right hand side of the room, sort of along the wall, and you're pushing this light forward, and you just see these sort of some ripples in the water as these sort of vine-like tendrils sort of creep up along the surface towards the flame that you have there, because that's a pretty hot source. What? I should have asked this earlier. Should have had Krencha point it out, but he forgot. What kind of armor are people wearing?
Plate.
I have
Plate.
Leather.
Okay, the two people with plate armor are finding it very difficult to swim in this very heavy armor that they're wearing.
Plank.
Yeah, I mean, so Ulf is in the front of the group, and the whole group is going very slowly because Ulf is having. I mean, I'm gonna assume that with, like, you can do it, but you're moving very slowly.
No, that makes sense.
And you're pretty sure that if something came at you and you tried to run away from it, it would not go well for you because you can't maneuver very fast in the water. But so you notice the vine tendril going towards the flame that you have.
All right,
but you notice one other thing.
Yeah.
The flame is illuminating the room, and you can see down into the water a little bit. It's a little murky, but at the far left-hand side of the room, you see a glint of the light reflecting off of something metal that's at the bottom of the pool.
Ulf would probably, he would react by dipping the arrow in to the pot and shooting a shot off at the opposite side of where the vines are coming from, away from the party. So if they're coming towards us, he wants them to go back. It's like, here's fire. Go towards the light.
Have some fire. Here you go.
The ring wraith trick. Yeah.
Can I hand Crenshaw off to somebody else? Like, can I just pick
Yeah, I can
You
take
can
him.
give it to me.
pop it on somebody's head and then tie it down?
No, we did not give it to Arwen. No. Yeah, I can take the mouse.
Sure. Can you roll me, and I think you're probably going to make it, but can you roll me a strength ability check because you're using a two-handed weapon while also in submerged water?
Treading water in plate armor?
Yeah.
Listen, my job is to swim. That is so ridiculously impossible.
Yeah.
I don't care, but the idea of that. It's hard to tread in clothing, much less in plate
This
armor.
is fantasy.
Yeah, I was going to say,
happen.
I want to
Strange
give
is
you
a
a
weapon check.
circumstance penalty to that because that's, yeah. I should just make it impossible, but no, I'm going to give you a circumstance penalty to that, which is
Shut my mouth.
what is it? Because you want to roll low, so I'm going to give you, so you have to add +4 to whatever roll you got.
Okay. So I rolled a 6.
Okay, so
And
that makes
+4
it
is-
10, but
Yep.
that's still well under your strength score.
Yeah.
Yep. So there we go. Got the guns.
He's a beefy boy. Yeah.
Beefy boy. He can't do much, but that's what he could do.
Get at it.
All right, so
All right.
you managed to tread water with your just your legs. It's utterly ridiculous, and get enough composure to let go one of the arrows. It hits the far wall, and you just hear this splash of water as 12 vines just leap out because it's on the left-hand wall, just lunge out of the water and wrap around it and pull it down with a splash, and the fire goes out of that flaming arrow because
I think right after Raylana sees it, she's going to fire one in the opposite direction away from the party. So the opposite direction of where Ulfric fired, but still away from the party, the other side of the room.
Sure. You do that. And yeah, you see a bunch more vines dart up to grab at that and pull it down. And as soon as it hits the water, the light is extinguished. And who Synapset has Crenshaw?
I have one too. Yeah, okay. I guess I'll shoot one as well. Like, I don't know how many of these we got to fire, right? If it matters past this point, but I can shoot one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say Crenshaw has something to say.
Oh, he's something to. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
I was confused. Go ahead.
So Crenshaw is just like, oh, good. That'll keep them distracted. Now they're all definitely awake though. So that's let's go. Let's get going.
Yeah.
Yeah, my instinct was just to swim the hell away. So I think I'm just gonna like double speed swimming. And she's a great swimmer. She just goes like this is what she does.
Sure.
I'll just try to swim. So do you have to go down and underneath?
No.
Or
you just get to the doorway at the other side.
the ledge. Okay, got it.
And can Ulf do a quick dive or a slow dive to try to get that shiny thing in the object, or is that?
You can certainly try to do it if you'd like.
Oh,
Why
gosh.
wouldn't you send someone with leather? Why would
Yeah,
you do
I'd
this?
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, has Ulf even pointed out that shiny object? I don't think that he has.
Mm-mm.
I don't think I have.
So if you can go get it, but you know.
Yeah, you can go get it.
But if it's based on strength, honestly, you might be the best option, right? Swimming.
We can give it a try. So Ulf will dive. He'll dive for it.
All right, let's look up the rules on swimming because
The thing is that like it's not hard for you to get down to the bottom, right?
No, I just
That's
have to, like,
easy.
stop
You're in plate
moving.
armor.
Just
yeah.
Yeah, you
just be still.
Yeah,
I'll be back,
exactly.
everybody.
Funk.
Okay.
The question is getting back up. That's
Yeah,
really the
that will
problem.
that'll be a little difficult.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
Okay.
When she sees Ulf go under the water, she's going to have another all the vines are awake, but she's going to have another arrow ready to fire in case one comes close.
Sure.
Okay, so looking up the rules for swimming.
All right, Lex.
I feel like it's not Dungeons and Dragons if you're not looking up the rules for swimming at some point in your campaign, because you need it one time every campaign, right? And it's like, how much gear are you carrying? Like, oh, well, you have someone on your back. Well, yeah, all that stuff.
Okay. Okay. This is very. These rules are very simple and are kind of just like, listen, DM, just figure out a thing.
Figure it out.
And I'm like, thanks, rules. I'm glad you're there. So, you dive, get to the bottom. Oh, so easily. Like I said, it's 10 to 15 feet deep, so it's not crazy deep. And yeah, you can see now that you're under the water a little more clearly that there is this glittering, looks like this large circular disc-like thing that is nestled among some plant life. The whole bottom of this room is covered in plant life, although which are the vines that eat things and which aren't, you're not sure, because like you're stepping on like weeds right now and they're obviously not attacking you.
I will reach for the silver plate thing.
Sure. You make your way over to it. As you get closer, you notice that this is a shield that is on the body of a corpse. It looks like a
Good.
Looks like a
Wearing plate armor, yeah, right. Like,
This isn't a good sign.
the corpse is skeletal, and they are wearing heavy armor. The armor is totally rusted, as is their weapon, completely unusable, but the shield is fine.
I will try to get the shield. I will try to take the shield.
Sure. Everybody else is headed towards the entrance. Okay, cool. Arwen and Synapset have made it most of the way there.
cool.
Ray is unfortunately lagging behind significantly because they're just weighed down a lot by their armor. But you all saw Ulf just dive, and you don't know where he went to.
What are you doing, you fool?
I don't think he can hear you.
Ugh.
If he comes up though, you can tell him then.
I think if Synapse gets to the ledge, I guess, is there a ledge? I'm imagining a ledge.
Yeah,
or is it
there's a
just
ledge.
a doorway? Okay. Gets over there and takes the bow out and is like looking around in the water, right? Like, did something grab you? I mean, I'm not sure. You just disappeared, right? Waiting.
All right.
But
If I do get up on the ledge, I'm gonna like pull my short bow out and I guess follow along to make sure nothing gets to him.
Sure.
I do appreciate that. Just you want me to roll for swimming back up or?
Oh no, you're gonna grab the shield, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you grab onto that shield, and at around the same time, the vines of the plant that are wrapped around this corpse just wrap around your arm and coil up you.
Using my free hand, can I pull out the tulwar of the last king?
Yep,
And make a slash at it?
you certainly can.
All right, come on, dice. Come on, dice. Yeah. Oh.
yeah.
Nat 20. And I know that doesn't mean much in this edition, but
Still feels good.
Force
that
a habit.
feels so good.
Okay, so nat 20, roll your damage, and I will tell you what happens.
Is a 5.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay.
A 5. Yep, go ahead. Nope.
4 of these thick green vines coil up your arm, and you take out your sword and slash at them, severing one. This sort of gross dark green goo or ichor sort of blooms into the water, and you feel one of the 4 go slack. Now you need to roll D%, and you need to get below an 80.
I have to get below an 80.
Yes, because when these things grabbed you, it was a little unexpected, and some air released from your lungs. And now you
Gotcha.
need to not inhale water.
I have a 58.
Okay, you compose yourself.
Okay.
Congratulations, you succeeded your first drowning check. We're gonna see how that goes as long as you're still down there.
Can we see, like, okay, so Ray is slowly making her way to the ledge where the other 2 are. Can we see, like, you know how someone's underwater, you can just see, like, the bubbles coming up if they're moving underwater?
Yeah, I was gonna say you see the water, like some movement and some thrashing down below. There's a little bit, some ripples and bubbles come up. And again, you see like the glint from the lights you have of maybe some gold down there now that you have the higher vantage point, and the steel of Ulf's weapon.
Okay, Ray isn't going to dive after him because she knows better. She's wearing plate armor, but she's going to continue slowly making her way over to the ledge. And the minute she looks at both the other ones and just says, "One of you might want to dive down, help, assist." Just an idea.
I think Synapse looks at Arwen and then drops the bow and like does the swan dive down underneath.
Arwen very pointedly kind of just looks away.
Yeah.
I think as Raylana is like pulling herself up, so she's like, "I wouldn't have done it either. Don't worry. No judgment here."
Like get up across your arms and pop your hip again, right? Like back to you.
Well, I mean, she's wet now, so she's got to dry off a little bit. So.
Oh, that's true. Cool. So I will jump in the water and try to swim down there. I don't know if that's a check.
No, you don't need to.
Cool, because I'm bad at strength.
Krencha leaps off of you onto the ledge.
Yeah.
I was going to ask.
Mouse coming.
Yeah. Oh, this is bad. I told you to avoid them. Why are you going towards them? This is bad. Yeah, you dive under. You now have a better view of what's going down there. And you can see Ulf, one arm is sort of entangled in these plants, but is holding a glittering shield, and the other arm has this sword up, and they're sort of like in slow motion, just hacking away at this thing.
Okay.
So now I want to enter combat.
Yeah.
Let's start a round, everyone. Anybody cast a spell? Anybody gonna run away?
Think about it.
I mean, hey, Arwen, we're at the door. I'm saying.
Okay, so who would like to roll initiative for the group? It should be Josh or Tim. I assume.
I think. Oh, that's fair. Okay. I was gonna say I want Katie to do it because this is her first session, and we want to see if she's.
I'm fine without rolling it and fucking you all up. Thank you very much.
I'll do it. I'll eat the cat shit. Okay. Here we go. I got a 5. That's good, right? You want high or you want low?
Yes, you do want high. Because you want to beat the opposing initiative.
Yes, cool. I don't know, man. Everything's topsy-turvy in this game.
Every roll is different. They're all different rules.
Right. Okay, great.
Is this a game, Lex, where we can fire arrows through water?
You haven't tried yet.
Okay, well, that you know what? That's valid. So, yeah.
So, let's see here. You succeeded in initiative, so you get to act first. Oh, I sent you a combat order thingy because I don't remember what it is. I have the document open.
Could somebody do me a favor and drop the link to the Discord in the chat? I do not think I have access to the Discord.
You do not.
Hold on, I'll send you this picture in Zoom chat.
Oh, that's fine. Whatever, just something.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Okay, let's see here. Movement happens first.
So I will swim down until that's my question about. Sorry, do we decide about bows underwater? Is there any rule there?
I mean, are you trying to do it?
Like,
I'm not going to tell you until you try and do it.
I see. Okay, sorry. I think I just didn't hear that. I think she will try it. So I will probably stay where I am underwater right now then for movement, but I'll do a missile attack and see what else is going to move.
Okay. You pull the bowstring and try and let it go, and it just goes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's what I assumed. Crossbows work, but not bows. That's fine. Okay, so I think she realizes that, and then next round I'll do something, but that's me.
Okay. Let's see. That brings us to melee attacks, basically. So Ulf.
I might make a missile attack.
Sure.
But I have to pull up the right thing because there's 50 million sheets for this game.
I'll also give it a shot.
Okay.
Oh, what is it for missile attacks? That's dexterity, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you get to add your dexterity to your roll to hit.
Cool. I rolled a 13 plus 2, so 15.
Your arrow goes, hits the water. People who are below the water see an arrow just hit the water and enter, and it kind of starts to lose all of its momentum and drift off to the side.
So Raylana steps to the edge and looks down and takes one of her own arrows out of her quiver, breaks it in half, and you watch as the end of it begins to glow bright. I'm going to cast Magic Missile.
Oh, sure.
Down to the that's why I was making sure it was a missile. I had to make sure what I was doing. She pops it in half and just sort of like aims like she's throwing a dart, and you watch as it, Arwen, you would see it, you watch as it begins to glow, and she just throws it down like she's aiming at a dartboard, and it hits erringly, so no attack or saving throw, and it does 1d6 plus 1 damage.
Nice. Arwen sees it and goes, ha, fantastic.
6 points of damage.
Cool. Awesome. So that Ulf, you're hacking away at these vines, and then there's just this bright blast of light right in front of you, and one of the other vines is just knocked off, just severed from the plant.
Love it.
All for me.
So melee attacks.
All right. So we will try again with the sword. Come on here. Oh, that might not do it. 8 plus the 2 with melee plus the +1 with the sword weapon would be 11.
No, that won't do it.
That won't do it. Okay.
So you're hacking at these things, and it's just not like you can't quite get through this thick vine.
Gotcha.
Okay, that is it for your team's turn. The creatures. So 2 vines give you a good squeeze. They curl farther up, and try and squeeze that air right out of you. Whoo. Whoo. Okay, so you take 1 point of damage, and you need to make another save versus drowning. You're now at 70. Get below a 70.
There we go. 47.
Okay. So you manage. You see this thing seems like it's trying to wrap around your chest and just squeeze the air out of your lungs, but you are able to, tough it out. So you're still okay. Now, we are starting another round. Would anyone like to cast a spell or do a full retreat?
Raylana is going to start going through the door.
Okay, cool. And who would like to roll initiative for the group?
That's fine. I mean, I can again, unless you want to, Ulf.
No, you probably have better luck with it.
I'll try. I got 6. Bam.
Yeah, you get to go first.
All right, cool.
Movement happens.
I will swim down to I'm in melee range, and I will draw my Kopesh. I'm gonna cut one of these vines.
Sure. Missile attacks happen if there are any. I don't assume so. And no one was casting a spell, so we're not doing any of that. And then melee attacks happen.
All right.
Go for it, Ulf.
Here we go. There we go. That'll do it. 21.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Turns out, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So now with remind me again, with damage, do we add strength modifiers to the damage, or is that just to hit?
You add strength modifier to damage with melee attacks. Yes.
Okay, so that will be a 7 total.
Okay, yeah, that severs another one of the vines. There's only one on you now.
Great, and then I will try to hit that one with my Kopesh. I am bad at melee, but we're gonna give it a try. Nope, I rolled 3. So I think I'm just like fighting underwater and flailing around at bubbles. Okay.
It's all slow motion. There's no gravity. Oh, it's bad. Okay. So the vine that is wrapped around Ulf. Take 2 damage from its squeezing you. Give you a good squeeze. Make another save versus drowning. What was it last time? 70. Now you're at 60. Get below 60.
I'm at 60. Come on. Ooh. Okay. That was close. That was a 58. That was a 58. Oh, yeah, right?
You still got a little air left in those lungs.
A little bit.
Is that like a death? Like if you fail that, he's done? He drowns?
No, but he is going to effectively go unconscious.
I see.
At which point, if you have to drag him to the surface. Good luck doing that.
Let's not do that.
In the buff boy in full plate armor. With a bunch of vines trying to drag him down.
Okay.
Okay, so new round. Ooh, combat goes so quick. Let's also you two that are underwater notice other vines from these plants that are quite nearby. They have been dragging down the flaming arrows, and the flaming arrows, which are obviously totally submerged, they still kind of glow a little bit from being on fire, but that glow is very rapidly fading, and the vines seem to be completely losing interest in them.
Is there any, did we leave the pot of fire for me to light more arrows?
I'd assume so. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Can I, I guess, relight those and shoot them off into the room?
In the next round you can, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so it is a new round. I don't assume anyone is casting a spell or retreating. So someone who would like to roll initiative.
Raylana, you went in the other room. What are you doing over there?
Cranshaw is just following you and just like, oh gosh, they're all gonna die. They're all, maybe not the bird. Maybe the bird's fine, but the rest of them are definitely dead. Luckily, you're still here and you can handle this, right? All on your own, probably.
Raylana just looks back at the mouse and goes, you talk a lot for a little creature that can easily be stepped on.
Oh no.
Good, great. Just checking in.
That's just a meanwhile. That's what's happening.
Yep. she's not getting too far ahead. If Arwen was to yell, she'd come back.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, she's going.
Okay, so who's rolling initiative?
I can do it again.
Yep.
Woo!
All
I got a
right.
2. My luck ran out.
Well, I also got a 2, so we get to
Ooh.
have simultaneous turn.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, good.
Okay, so, yeah, that actually kind of works. Missile attacks or movement, which I don't assume anyone's moving. So missile attacks happen.
Yes.
Flaming arrow.
Flaming arrow.
All right, you don't have to roll to hit because you're just trying to hit a far wall, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you fire off the flaming arrow. You hit the far wall. You're lucky that the creatures do melee attacks, so they haven't gotten a chance to do that yet. So now a bunch of them are distracted, and I'm gonna roll to see how many. Yeah, okay, cool. So there looked to have been probably 10 of them that were sort of moving towards the 2 submerged characters. 8 of them move away.
Whew.
So there's just 2.
Hell yeah.
There were 10 of them?
Yeah, there were a
Yeah.
lot.
Y'all got this clearly. You don't need me.
Thanks, Arwen.
Thank you.
So,
Oh my God.
yeah, no, that's
Cool, great.
a lot. There's a lot of them in this room. Okay, now we have melee attacks.
Okay. I'm gonna try to cut Ulf free. Yeah, I think we're both just hacking at the same one.
Sure.
You can go first, Ulf. You got it.
Ulf, regardless of what you do, you take 2 damage because things are happening at the same time, and you're gonna have to make the save, and it's gonna be at whatever you at now, 50.
Yeah. Oh, 50.
50-50 chance.
There we
A
go.
literal roll of the dice. Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay. 42.
Ah.
42.
My God.
I know.
Whew.
My dice are teasing me. They're teasing me right now.
Okay, Ulf's armor class, I need to look at it real quick, is pretty high. One of
17.
the actually, yeah, roll
Or
your
18.
attacks.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
There we go.
Come on.
There we go. 15?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Cool. The less said about my roll is probably the better.
Okay, sure. Roll your damage, Ulf.
All right. Roll damage. There we go. That'll be a 9.
Nice. Okay, so you sever this last vine and pull your arm free just in time to heft the shield like a shield as one of these vines come towards you, and it just smacks against that instead of wrapping around you because it missed your armor class. Tim, what is your armor class?
So I have a suspicion that I might have calculated it incorrectly.
Sure.
But I currently have this 13. I have leather armor and I have a +1 to dex. So is that correct? 13?
That's correct. No, that's totally correct.
Okay, cool. Great. So it's bad. It's not good.
No, that's also what you needed because I rolled a 12 to hit you. So
Whew, so it's great. I have the best armor class.
yeah, I wasn't sure exactly. I felt like it was around there, but I wasn't sure exactly what it was.
Cool.
So yeah, one of these vines lunges towards you, and you basically are like, "Whoa!"
Great.
Step back. Okay, another round is starting, possibly the last round. And let's see here. Oh, is anyone going to make a full retreat?
I'm gonna make a full retreat.
Yeah. Ulf is gonna basically crouch on the bottom of this pool and just push off with as much strength as he possibly can. Just Superman through the water as fast as he
Right.
can.
Okay, let's see the rules for retreating. Flee at full encounter movement rate, cannot attack. Opponent gains +2 bonus to hit, ignoring shield bonus to AC.
So is there any difference between taking your move to just get away from them and doing a full retreat? Like why would you retreat and give them an opening?
That's something that I'm a little foggy on. Basically, I think it's like you can use your move to try to get away, but the theory is that like if they haven't gone yet, then they can use their move to just catch right up to you and attack you again.
Catch right up to you.
But
Okay,
if
so
you're
this is like to completely get out of combat.
yeah. The theory
I
with
see.
retreating is you're leaving combat. And
Okay.
yeah, and the and like I said, they get a bonus to hit you because this is effectively the opportunity attack mechanic.
Okay.
The opportunity attack. Yeah, I'm in trouble.
So hey, you only have 2 that are technically in melee with you right now. All right.
A lot.
So you guys just need to win initiative and you'll be fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think you gotta do it, Ulf, unless somebody else wants to. Come on, you got those lucky dice.
I got a 3.
Okay. Hey.
Let's see what he got.
You may have needed a 4. So sorry.
Well,
Sorry.
that's all right.
All right. So
Drowning is an acceptable way for a pirate to die. I can drown. That's okay. Yeah.
Songs will be sung.
Yeah.
Ballads will be told.
Cool. Great.
Okay. So despite the fact that the monsters get a bonus to hit, the one that was attacking Ulf after bonus had a 14, and the one that was attacking Synepset after bonus had an 11. So
Woo!
it just didn't roll very well.
Yes.
But I really am trying here. I don't want you to.
Ugh.
So
That's fine. You don't have to try. I'm okay if you want to try.
basically, these things try and grasp at you, but you're out of there. And you break the surface of the water, or I should say Arwen, from your perspective. These 2 break the surface of the water and just get over to the ledge, pulling themselves back up. Ulf sputtering and choking, spitting out lots of gross, murky water. But is holding a really nice golden shield.
Right. I think Synepset pulls herself up onto the ledge, and she realized, like, too late that she forgot to take her wig off. She's got, like, a Cleopatra style, like, braided, dreadlocked wig. She peels this, like, wet wig off of her head, and her hair underneath is, like, just kind of brown and drab, and she just, like, wrings it out angrily over the side, like, God damn. She's, like just staring daggers at all.
You just plop it back on her head.
Yeah, it's back on. It's all been wrinkled and terrible.
I love it.
Sheepishly, Ulf goes, you look quite lovely.
And she looks at him and she goes, "We're even."
It's a good look, princess.
She sort of like straightens it and tries to straighten herself out. Maybe it is. And she strides through the door. Yeah.
Arwen,
I love her.
thank you so much for you fired the bolt. And where did the elf, where did Melana go?
Well, she turned tail and ran.
That's a great question.
I was going to thank her for the I'm suspecting blast of magic, something. There's blue, shiny.
Very shiny.
Okay. Well, I guess let's catch up to him.
You just hear echo down the hall. Are you coming or not?
I feel like very shiny is a phrase that gets repeated a lot in Arwen's vernacular. Like, yeah, that's a well-worn phrase. Yeah.
Cat.
Nice.
Cute.
I will also point out that's the speed combat is supposed to go with this in this game. It's been like 20 minutes for a full combat. Pretty good. Pretty happy with
Too
it.
bad. Well, there were like 12 of those things. Like, we're not gonna stay and fight them all.
You're not
kidding
gonna.
me?
Why not?
Underwater? No.
I think it takes advantage of the fact that a lot of people would turn tail and run.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, that's actually a hallmark of this edition. So you, Ulf, you look at that shield. There is an eye that is carved, like a symbol of an eye that is carved into the center of it. And it looks to be closed, like a closed eye. This is I'm just gonna tell you what it does. This is a +1 shield that grants you protection against scrying. So
Okay, that's cool.
just
My thoughts are closed.
just a thing I randomly rolled up. So there you go.
All right.
Cool. Nice. Plus my shield. That
I
sounds
like
good.
that.
So that gives you an effective +2 armor class when using it.
Oh my,
That's solid.
that is quite solid.
All right. So you catch up to Raylana.
She's probably made it a good like a little over halfway down, and is leaned against the wall with her arms crossed, tapping her foot, just waiting with the mouse. Like she's picked the mouse up and put him on her shoulder.
The mouse looks awfully nervous. Oh goodness, you've all made it. You're all alive. Thank you.
I knew you would all make it.
Sometimes it is just dripping and just looking at you, right? Like just wet. Just like
You look lovely, darling.
blink, blink.
You hear?
How was your scouting mission?
Yeah.
I haven't heard nor seen anything.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say when Ray got in there.
Mhm.
There was some noise from the next chamber down the chain of this really wonderfully designed linear dungeon. And you hear the rumble of stone, the thrashing of some large beast. And as everyone else enters, the room shakes once again, and a bit of stonework falls from the ceiling. I'm sorry, I rolled a way that wasn't helpful to you on this. I need everyone to make a save versus, paralysis, which is a little weird, but that's how they do avoiding falling rocks in this edition, or at least how some of the adventurers have
Okay.
done it.
So do we roll higher or
Interesting.
lower than the number we have? So I have a 13.
Yeah, you want to roll above that number.
Do I add?
You don't add anything.
Okay, it's just a straight D20. Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Oh boy.
I rolled a 16.
Paralysis. I succeeded. I rolled a 14.
You want above? I got a 7.
Oh.
I also rolled under.
Okay. Falling rocks.
That's so ignominious. If this kills me, the idea of like this is like dramatic death, like oh, I survived, and then bonk, dead. Right?
Ulf, how many hit points do you have left? And
I have
Snapset, how many
13.
hit points do you have?
I have 7.
I have 13.
You have 13. You both take 3 points of damage.
How does it feel?
You legitimately only have 2 hit points? Is that
Yes,
possible?
I am a level 1
That's
elf.
Crazy.
And I
That's
don't have a
crazy.
constitution modifier. So like you wonder
Okay,
why Ray
fair.
wants to run away, but now you know.
Okay,
Right.
so, the Crancha is just like, oh, geez, as this, this piece of stone just falls off of the ceiling and sort of clips both Ulf and Senebset. And everyone else kind of, gets out of the way.
I protect the mouse.
Yeah, Crancha is just like, oh, no, Makara's gonna bring this whole place down, really, it needs to be handled. So I think that he is going nuts because he,
What did you do?
I didn't do, no, it wasn't me, listen, he kept wanting to eat the sacred lotus, which is not cool. So naturally, I tried to take away as much from him as I could, because he's not supposed to eat that. It's like a big deal. You're not supposed to eat that. And that just made him kind of angry. So he just wants more of it.
Just a question. Can we kill him, or do we need to keep him alive for something? Or is it fair game?
You can kill him if you can try to do that. He's real.
Yeah, I think it's can we kill him is really the question, not should we, right? Are we even capable of that?
Have you seen Ulf's legs? He never misses leg day.
Is
Ulf kind of indicates to a leg, and it's like it's like
Ulf,
yep. Leg day is very important.
Ulf unstraps the armor plate from his calf and just pulls it away, and then just gestures to the perfect tone.
yeah. Not bad. But correct me if I'm wrong. I said to Mouse, this is our god, right?
Well, it's technically.
Makar?
I mean, it's sort of a god. It's kind of a lesser god, but it is the transport of the river goddess. But she's not around to stop it from doing bad things. So that's why it's doing bad things. I think. Yeah,
So
definitely
we
not my
simply need
fault.
to appease it. We don't need to kill it.
You don't. I mean, you don't need to kill it.
Would we anger the god if we did?
Mm, I think she probably understand. I mean, she knows how important this place is, and she wouldn't be happy with Makar for messing with it.
Makar's destroying her temple, right? So we clearly should do something about that to get in her good graces.
Well, and I believe the original reason why we were here was to pay homage to the god, right?
Oh, Ganesha. Yeah. Well, it's Ganesha's temple, but it's what was her name? Ganga, the river goddess. Yes.
We have to have a sacrifice, correct? Could we sacrifice Makar?
Oh, you don't need to. You don't need to spill any blood. You just need to, offer something. That's all. That's.
I'm just thinking 2 birds with 1 stone. No offense, Arwen.
The creature continues to thrash around.
Yeah, let's not stand here in this room.
Is there like a door, or is it a doorway that you can just go through?
There's a doorway if you would like to. If someone would like to peer through it.
Yeah, I would. That's why I was asking.
You can see with your dark vision. It looks like this empties out onto a like a big balcony type area that has staircases branching off to either side of it, and there is a like lower large chamber below, and you can see this shape, this very large shape, stomping around the lower part of the chamber.
She leans back. It looks like we have a good vantage point from afar. I'm going to fire from afar. We could try distracting it, and one of you try to get behind it, but it's rather large.
Where I come from, you don't poke a crocodile. Lord Sopek does not like to be prodded. I don't feel like this is going to go well for us. I think talking to it, trying to appease it, might be more successful.
Do you have any lotus flowers to give it?
I look at the mouse.
The mouse.
Why can't it eat the lotus?
It's sacred. You're not supposed to eat it. It's supposed to. It's very sacred.
Which
That's why I
is
hit
worse?
all of them. It can't eat anymore.
The monster destroying the temple, or the monster eating the lotus?
The monster is destroying the temple because it wants to eat the lotus, and I wouldn't let him. I took all the lotus away. He can't have any more.
Epsis, what was the? This could be off topic. What was the one farmer, the one-tooth person, doing with the lotus that he was gathering? He said something about making it into something. What was it? Was it a soup?
A tea or a stew? Something.
He was gathering the roots of the lotus, and he said something about making a soup out of it, out of the roots of it,
but not the blossom,
not the flower.
Not the flower. Okay.
All
right.
There's no insight, I assume. I'm gonna pick. Who's got the mouse? You have the mouse.
I have the mouse. Yeah.
I'm gonna grab, unless you stop me. I'm gonna grab the mouse by the tail as it's like protesting and hold it out over the room with the crocodile and basically say, "You sure you don't want to change your answer?"
Hey, whoa! That's not cool. And the crocodile is just sort of thrashing around it. If you walk over to the balcony so that you can hold the mouse out, you get a better.
Yeah,
look
just
at
I'm
it.
standing on the balcony.
And yeah, it's this huge crocodile that's just I don't know. It's probably like 18-20 feet long. It's real big. And it's just.
But the mouse doesn't seem like it's like okay, I have one. Like it's not.
No, the mouse is freaked out.
Did I see like an altar for the sacrifice when I was looking?
At the far end of the room, there is a gigantic statue of an elephant-headed man with a pot belly, 4 arms. One is holding they're all holding stuff. One is in a symbol of prayer. One is, oh gosh, where's that part of my notes? It's kind of important. I should tell you what it is. Here we go. So, one is holding an axe.
One of them's a lotus.
One is holding a lotus flower. One is holding a rope.
Got it.
idea.
Oh, and the statue of the elephant has one tusk.
Yeah. What
so-
if you will distract the big crocodile, and I take the mouse said it can be any sort of offering, right? I take the gemstones and go make an offering.
So the mouse, you're holding the mouse over, and the mouse is just like, no, don't drop me down to the crocodile. Oh gosh, Makara's gonna eat me. This would be really bad. I mean,
Okay.
Don't do it. Don't. Hey,
But
come
he
on.
doesn't like fess up about, okay, I have a lotus and you can have it. But he's just panicked.
So you're trying to. So I'm sorry. What
I
are you
basically
asking?
because he was being. I felt like he was being shifty. I know that there's no insight, but I'm just trying to like see if intimidated if it changes his story at all. But if he doesn't change his story, then
Well,
I will give him back to Raylana.
Yeah. What specifically do you say? Just because I don't remember.
Well, yeah, basically, I asked like, you're not changing your story, though. So you want to stick with that story, right? About the lotuses.
So he says. So Crancha says to you, like. Makara's really not supposed to eat the lotus. I mean, that's why I hid it away. But so maybe he's gotten really used to eating the lotus, and if he doesn't eat the lotus, now he just gets really cranky. Like, I don't know. It's just he might be kind of addicted to it. I don't know, but it's not. He's not supposed to. He really shouldn't eat it. So, but just please don't throw me down there. I can show you where it is. Just don't throw me down there.
So I'll pick up the mouse. And I'll pass it back to Raylana. Thank you for your cooperation.
Arwen goes, Mom says you're not supposed to play with food.
He's right.
So it seems that if we even were we to get this lotus and give it to the crocodile, it would only be a matter of time if it would be back in here wrecking up the temple again. It's essentially in withdrawal. I've seen this many times. I think Raylana's plan to offer a sacrifice while the crocodile is distracted is perhaps best. Ulf, you're quite mighty, but I don't know if you think you're ready to tangle with a creature like that.
I mean, you could just poke it and run away.
I mean, poking it, running away from it would probably be our best option.
Lead it to the room with the vines, perhaps.
What's that, Arwen?
Give me the shiny. I'll take it.
Arwen, I respect your abilities as a thief, but I also know that you have magpie tendencies.
Whoa, you said
Can I
that.
trust you?
Oh,
I'm not the one who tried to steal a ring off of you the first time. Oh, I wasn't there. Fuck.
You weren't there for that.
God damn it!
Yeah.
Also, like, can you say magpie? I don't think you should be saying that.
It's a bird.
Wow. Okay.
She says, I know how you look at shiny things. Can I trust you to actually give them to the statue? I believe you can get there. It's just if your temptation will get the better of you.
I'd like to build bonds.
Damn it!
Oh, cool. I trust you.
Yeah. I trust you so much. I know this character flaw. She stares at Arwen like with her eyes narrowed, and then gives Arwen 2 gems. So she has one just in case something happens that she can make an offering with.
Point of order. If we are going to poke the crocodile and attempt to flee, that means we have to swim back through the room with all the vines in it, right? Are we able to do that without getting grabbed by the vines? Are we dragging one encounter into another one? And then, leading a crocodile into the water seems like a terrible idea.
I'm also, are they warm-blooded or cold-blooded?
Cold.
Yeah.
Reptile.
Yes,
Yeah.
cold-blooded.
Just making sure the vines will actually go after.
Oh, it might not.
Yeah, that's what. If it goes after heat sources.
Well, a cold-blooded animal isn't that it doesn't have. I mean, I don't know if Sinevsit knows this, but like.
Well, once. Yeah, I don't know.
It would be warm.
According
it would
to
just be just susceptible to like.
According to the internet, they're able to regulate their body temperature to the surrounding environment.
Yeah, interesting. So probably they wouldn't go for the crocodile.
Yeah, it could probably make itself cold, like colder, so it wouldn't go.
What if you lit the crocodile on fire?
That's always an option.
I will point out that
possible.
that the little mouse, Crancha, is having been thoroughly freaked out by you holding them over. It's just like, no, I mean, it just as long as you don't drop me, I can show you where I put the lotus. It's not a big deal. I just really know it's oh no.
But will that solve your problem, Mouse, or will that just create another problem?
I mean, he's not supposed to eat it, but I guess it would it would calm him down for the time being.
I trust. I mean, maybe we can give him a lotus and then let Arwen do the sacrifice, because Arwen can get in and out quickly.
I think that's
a better idea.
He'll be calm. Hopefully won't be a threat to Arwen. But regardless, I believe in Arwen's abilities.
Especially if we approach and are the ones that give the crocodile the lotus, perhaps
he won't even notice Arwen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, wait, how many sets of steps are there? Like, is it like just one step all the way down, or is it like two?
Oh, it is. There's a balcony, and then there's the two staircases that go.
So if we went one way and Arwen went the other way,
exactly. Arwen can go to the side of this where the altar is. I can stay up here and have an arrow at the ready just in case. The two of you can go down to offer the lotus with the mouse. So,
all right. Crenshaw, where is the lotus?
It's just over here, and they sort of dart back into the room you were just in and sort of scurry into a hole in the wall, and then you just hear them be like, I can't pull it all out at once, but if you reach your hand in here, there's a bunch I've shoved in, and they sort of pull out one of them, and it's just this lotus, this like really brilliantly purple lotus flower that's like slightly crumpled because it's been pushed into this hole in the wall.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Snipset will pick it up. If anyone has to make a charisma check, I have 16 charisma, so I wouldn't mind being the one that talks to the crocodile.
That is fine.
Like I said, Raylana's going to stand up, duck out of the way with her bow and arrow ready to shoot, just in case. And, cool. And like also keeping her eye. She's going to try to survey the whole situation. Wants to keep an eye on Arwen and an eye on you two.
Yeah, can all reach in and grab some like his hand too big to fit into the mouse hole?
No, it's not. You can reach in there.
All right. So he reaches in to grab a few more.
Okay, great.
I'll take one.
All right.
Okay.
Hands one to Arwen. Just in case, throw it and run.
Yeah, right. Anything else you want to do? So are you going to sneak over there, Arwen, to do the sacrifice? Or are we just going to... Okay, I didn't know. Great. Okay.
Arwen's going the opposite direction. The
opposite direction.
Yeah, than you two are.
Okay.
I'll go once Crocodile eyes on you.
Great.
That sounds like a plan.
So I will step then like out onto the balcony. Makara is its name?
Yes. Okay.
Lord Makara, father of teeth, keeper of the river water. And I try to get its attention.
You immediately get its attention. Its
Great.
head swivels in your direction. You can see its eyes are dilated, and it's just
Cool.
like very unhappy, and it just yells out in this sort of deep, gravelly voice. Strange little human, what are you doing trespassing here? This is now my place. And it starts to...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, it starts to move towards you. That's all I want to say.
Right. We come bearing gifts to your majesty, great Makara. We heard you had taken residence here and wished to offer tribute to your might. And I extend one of the lotuses, kind of nudge Ulfric, lotuses, stick them out.
I have them. I grabbed out as many as I can. I have them on the shield, kind of as a...
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's cool. Like a bouquet. So maybe I'll just gesture to you, and then you hold them out. That's cool.
Okay, so the nostrils of this crocodile just flare as its eyes just laser focus on those. Okay, so we're going to roll monster reaction. So Synapset, you get to roll 2d6 and add your charisma modifier.
Cool, I will. So I got a 4 and a 6. So I got
also
10.
add another +2 circumstance bonus for the
sweet.
lotus.
Cool. So I rolled a 4 and a 6. That's a 10. I have +2 charisma, so that's 12, and plus another 2, so that's 14.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're totally fine.
Yeah.
The the large crocodile just sort of seems to like relax a little bit, like a little, and just says, "Oh, I see. You are worshippers here to the new god of this temple. You pay me great tribute by finding me the sacred lotus that have been lost to me for so long." And it sort of climbs up, because are you still on the balcony, or did you come down?
Yeah, we're on the balcony, like try to be like eye level with it or whatever.
And I'm going.
Okay,
right.
So it is not paying attention to Arwen at all, doesn't even know you're there.
Cool.
And it just sort of raises itself up so its head is at the level of the balcony, and like gingerly just I don't know, maybe its tongue comes out and it like licks all the lotus off of the shield.
Horrible.
Yeah, its snoot gets like real close to you, and it's really big. Like it could swallow you whole if it wanted to.
I think Synepsa keeps her face really straight. I think that like she's performing, she's doing diplomacy, and this is what she does. Yeah, totally.
You ace that roll. You can do whatever you want.
Sweet.
And it sort of after it takes that, it sort of lowers itself back down and sort of chews a little bit and swallows, and you see a lot of like the tenseness in its muscles just start to relax, and it says, it just sort of gets real high. Meanwhile,
it's super high.
It gets real high. Meanwhile, Arwen is halfway across the room, getting towards this. There is like a stone altar that's in front of this statue.
I do also have a couple moves for moving silently and hiding and stuff. If you need me to roll them,
you
for
honestly
anything,
don't need to, because this thing
Cool.
is completely distracted.
I'm gonna take the 2 gems that I was given and go place them on the altar.
Okay, place them on the altar. You do that, and there is a slight glow to the altar that sort of starts to grow and encompass the statue. And it kind of blinds you a little bit. It gets so bright. Makara's too high, doesn't notice any of this is going on. Listen, you got Makara high, you're fine. But everybody else notices the statue just becomes this blinding light. And as the light subsides, the statue is still there, but it is not stone. It is now flesh. Ganesha just sort of stands up and just stretches a little bit, and it's just like, oh, goodness, you did it. I knew you could do it. Oh, goodness. You did such a good job. And I still got to make my soup, which was fantastic. Let me tell you, he sort of rubs his belly a little bit. Everyone's done such a good job. Just sort of
goodness.
Strides over, stands up, and looks down at Arwen. He's like, oh gosh, I'm sorry. He is now the size of Arwen.
Goodness.
And he's just like, I didn't mean to intimidate you. Oh, but there is someone I do have to intimidate. And then he walks toward Makara, and as he does, he just gets bigger than Makara is, and is just like, Makara? And Makara's like, huh? And just sort of looks over, and then just sort of gets kind of fearful a little bit. He's still really high.
Ooh, man.
Ganesh is just like, Makara, Ganga really... You weren't supposed to eat the lotus. You were just supposed to make sure that no one messed with it in my temple. And Makara's like, oh, hey, listen, I'm sorry. This isn't me. I mean, I'm just...
Listen,
Did
if
you
you're
give me
a
another
cop,
chance?
you have to tell me. Okay?
if you're a cop, you have to tell me. And Ganesh is just like, Ganga's gonna deal with you the way she wants to when she returns. Until then, I know exactly what I'm going to do with you. Cranshaw, would you come over here? And Cranch is just like, oh yes, hold on, and leaps off of the shoulder of whoever they're on and just scurries down. And then Ganesha is just like, this is what I'm going to do, and just sort of points at Makara, and Makara shrinks down to the size of a mouse, and then points at Crancha, and Crancha enlarges to the size of probably a regular crocodile, and is just like, have fun. And Makara's like, wait, no! Crancha's just like, yay, hooray! And just chases after them.
Mom says you're not supposed to play with food.
And then
how the tables have turned.
Ganesh is just like, I mean, but isn't it fun to have fun with your meal? Come on now.
This is what we call fun food.
Now, I'm very glad that you're all here. And I'm sorry for putting you through that. It's really, I am the god of obstacles and the god of taking obstacles out of the way. I am also the one who blesses the beginning of quests, so I felt that I needed to set you off on the right foot with, just a little bit of danger.
Cool. I'm gonna take the gems off the altar.
Cool. Those are mine still.
They're actually mine.
But you may not notice. You may not notice.
Oh no.
For his part, he doesn't seem to notice. He's just like, and then he says,
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, you can do something.
No.
I was just gonna say, I just want to talk to Ganesh. I like the idea that if you're taking it back, then I just want to keep Ganesh's attention on us.
Ganesh just sort of goes over to the balcony and just kind of like steps over onto it, and as he does so, he shrinks down so he's your size, and is now just standing next to you and is like, well, there is some dangerous stuff afoot in Jahind, unfortunately. You know about Jadugar. Well, that didn't go very well. I was really hoping that he would not have figured out how to kill Shisha. That's going to be bad for everyone. So you group certainly need to deal with it. But I can give you a little bit of advice and a little bit of help. And the hand that is holding the lotus flower just extends to you. It says, you may have one of these. Don't eat too much of it. But they are quite useful. So this lotus has 8 petals. Like I said, they're this brilliant purple. And he says, eating one petal will give you the ability to see through illusions and magical enchantments, to lift the veil from your eyes, as it were. So you can go ahead. Somebody can add that item to the inventory. You have a purple lotus with 8 petals. Eating one petal allows you to see through illusions.
I still have the one that the mouse gave me.
Oh, okay.
So
That
I'm
one
gonna
just vanished. Yeah.
Yep, I'm just gonna hold on to that.
And Ganesha is also like, I can also tell you that I believe the Naga said Shisha can only be killed in umbral night. That is important because it is about, oh goodness, what day is it now? 17 days away. The twin moons will be in a total lunar eclipse. And at that point, Shisha will be vulnerable in their human form. That is how long you have to find them and keep them safe, or destroy Jadugar, though I would imagine that would be a bit more difficult.
Indeed. So.
It'll be fine. Arwen says, clambering back up onto the balcony.
Like, I was always here. What do you mean? Yeah, right.
Ganesha looks
we
over
just-
at you and just says, now you can keep the gems. That's certainly no big deal, but you'll have to give me back that flower.
And I'd like the gems back, Arwen.
It's not fair. Arwen grumbles and returns items to people.
Raylana, like as you're holding them out, looks at them and she just takes one and lets you keep the other one.
Arwen, like, probably can't give you a hug, but wraps his bird arms around a leg.
Okay. I'll take it if you don't let go of me.
Let go.
So, out of character, did somebody take the lotus that was offered from Ganesh originally? Did somebody?
I assume someone took it. I
Presumably.
just don't know who.
I'll say Raylana did because Arwen
Okay.
wasn't there. Yeah, Raylana take it. Yeah, I'll have it down.
Okay. And Ganesh is like, oh, well, I can certainly offer you if you care about, and looks over to Arwen, about gold and monetary wealth. I can easily give you a little bit of that.
Tiny.
And just
I care about that. Point effect. Yeah.
And he just sort of reaches into, or he sort of reaches behind his back with one of his arms and then pulls it back out, and he's just holding a coin pouch. Just says, here.
Arwen's grabby hands.
Don't worry, Arwen works for Synepset, so it's really just...
Yeah, exactly. Really.
You know,
Right.
trickle down economics. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Right?
Bonus.
You grab the coin bag, and it seems to, like, Ganesha was holding it very daintily with like a finger and a thumb, and you grab it and you almost collapse under the weight of it. Um,
Another bird squawk as it hits the floor.
that has 2,000 coins in it.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Holy hell!
Keep track of your
Score us?
total weight.
Oh,
Because you can't hold that much, which is why you
No.
collapse to the floor under the weight of it. It also seems to get bigger as it like leaves their grasp and falls into yours. It's more like a sack full of coins than a pouch. And
let's
Ganesh
split
is
this
like,
up a
"Oh
little bit."
goodness, I'm sorry. That was
Ganesh, I do have a request, if you don't mind. Are you gonna make sure we get out of here unharmed?
Oh, that's no problem. Trouble. Let's do that now." And you blink, and then suddenly you're just outside, and you're still standing next to Ganesha, and they're just like, well, yeah, it's a nice night.
Thank you.
Could you do me a favor, Lord of Obstacles? Could you possibly shrink the bag for us, like just a little bit?
Wouldn't that shrink the contents of the bag?
Oh, I suppose it would.
Yeah, Ganesha's like, "Do you want very tiny coins?"
We can
I
just
think those
Upend
become
the
five.
bag.
we can just split
Yeah,
it.
we'll split
Well,
it.
yeah, but that's still like 500 gold pieces. That's got to be super.
You
Can we carry
shouldn't.
that
You
even?
shouldn't take more than what you need. That's a little greedy. Aren't you like a princess or something?
I'm a very, very poor princess at the moment.
Mm,
Still a princess.
Well, I'm saying we're going to split it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ulfric bows to Ganesh, and Ganesh. I'm sorry, I missed the name. What was it again?
It's Ganesha, but
Ganesh.
Ganesha.
He bows to Ganesha and thank you for a most worthy obstacle and an excellent challenge. And we thank you for your blessing on our journey.
ooh, yes, use it well, and good luck to you. Oh, I need to get back.
One question.
Yes.
Do you happen to know of a creature near here? Very big, very large bat.
We should probably get our cleric back, yeah.
yeah, we should probably
Yes.
get Corval.
It absconded with our cleric.
Ganesha looks, I mean, they have the face of an elephant, but honestly, as much as you can tell, they look completely perplexed by this question. Like, I'm a god, but you'd think that I would know if there was a gigantic bat flying around, but that doesn't seem right to me. And they sort of like look off into the distance. No, that's not right at all.
That's troubling.
And then sort of look back towards the entrance of the temple and say, Crenshaw, come here. We have things to do. You need to stop playing with your pet. And the mouse sort of bounds out of the the temple and says, "Oh gosh, no, is it time to go? Do we have to do some stuff?" And I almost had him, but he ran into one of my mouse holes. And Ganesha's like, yes, we'll get him later. We have important things. There is a trespasser in Jahind. And then you see, and it's weird because they start to move away from you guys, and Ganesha goes to get on to the mouse like a mount, and you can't tell if Ganesha has gotten very small to the size of a mouse or if the mouse has gotten very, very big. And then they just start galloping off like across the water at lightning speed, and they're just gone.
That didn't really answer your question, did it?
No,
we-
I think I'm going to say.
Do we follow?
This is a very strange land. However, I like it.
I wouldn't go that far.
Limping out of the temple is Angelina, just being
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I think, okay, I'm pretty sure it's just a strain, but how did you guys get out here?
I can't believe you've just been sitting this whole time, not even doing your job.
I have been nursing my wound, and I am now...
You were fine. We have to find Corville and a big bat.
A big
Melana,
bat?
I've been meaning to ask, how do you know Corville?
I'm his bodyguard.
Oh,
I don't want to talk about it. I
no,
don't.
no,
want to talk about
no.
it.
I mean, there was nothing you could have done. I mean, we were right next to him, and it just the way it went.
Really, nothing we could have done.
No,
Almost like it was plot armor.
It was almost like a cutscene, you know.
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
wanted to do something, but I
Yep,
couldn't.
yep.
The black bars came over the top and the bottom.
no, it's just
But-
nothing. You could have
But
done.
you know, I will redeem myself by rescuing him, and hopefully he can heal some of you up, and we'll be fine.
That would be that. Yes.
And he can probably use the scrolls that we found. Maybe, not really sure. I don't really know much about him. We've been with him for a very
We've
long
never
time,
met
but we don't really talk much. A lot of quietness.
There's a working relationship and things like that.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
Fully understand. Anyway, shall
So-
we go try to
so
find
the-
our cleric?
So the gold. Synapse kind of like whoever is holding it, right? Like she gets kind of up in their face a little bit. What did we
I
decide
think
about?
Arwen dumped it out, right? Didn't you?
Oh, it's
Arwen?
just on the ground.
Oh, I had joked about turning the bag inside out.
Oh, I thought you were in
Okay.
character doing that.
No,
I'm
no.
sorry.
It's okay. I talked in full sentences out of character.
Sorry.
What did we decide with that? Was that is that going to be split or
It's going to be split.
Great. Can we if we could commence with that now, that would really be
Do you have somewhere to go?
Oh, I'm just as I said, I'm a little underfunded at the moment, what with my rebellion and all, taking my throne back. So
Arwen motions to Ulf and to Raylana and goes, "You go, I'll catch up."
The princess can have half of my takings if it would make her happy.
Oh, well, I was just trying to.
I'm being.
I mean,
paid
if you're sure,
handsomely.
obviously, I'm be happy to. Oh, are you for your bodyguarding work, which I must say is
I'm
quite
very good
exemplary.
at it. I'm actually usually okay at it.
I can tell.
Let's go, Ulf.
Sounds like. I mean, are they going to be able to carry it?
We'll see.
Like, how heavy is it? Like, if it's 500 a piece, right? 'Cause there's 4 of us, right?
Weight is actually all measured in a gold coin in BX.
Oh.
So
I
you can,
absolutely can't carry all of this.
yeah, I was gonna say
I-
you can carry 1,600 gold pieces
Oh.
per person. It says
Okay,
it in
then
the
yeah, I'm
the
good.
Excel spreadsheet that my main players have. It says that, and you need to track how much you have because obviously your items and in the
Right.
in the handbook it tells you how much like armor weighs in
Oh,
that
that's
gold
right.
conversion
In
and all that
gold
stuff.
coin. Yeah,
So
that's funny. That's their unit of measurement.
Okay.
and that's why
Like,
like
if you have a
gems-
backpack, you have more. I believe you have more storage. I think that's what the thing said.
maybe
I think so. I can't remember fully.
but it's also why gems are really useful because a gem worth 50 gold pieces weighs 1 gold piece because it's
Weighs
just a
gold
gem.
coin. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, that makes sense.
So anyway, so yeah, you guys, if you split it among yourselves, can easily carry this
Yeah,
much. But
I can definitely carry it then.
for future large sacks of gold you find, could become a problem. So keep that in
Gotcha.
mind.
Okay. Are we giving Corville a share? He didn't really participate in its plundering.
He won't. He doesn't have to know.
That's not his fault. Yeah, that's what I mean.
He doesn't have
I
to
don't
know.
know. I don't know how upstanding Ulf and Raylana are, but Synepstate is not particularly upstanding.
2 quick things. One,
Yes.
if you'd like to figure out how you're going to split gold after the game, that would be good.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
And
keep playing. Sorry.
yeah, and 2, is everybody good to go until 11:30 Eastern? So for another half an hour about.
Yeah, sure.
I could
Totally.
Need to get some narrative. There's this is something that the audience wouldn't know about, but I promised my main players spookiness in this session, but I'm gonna have to go back on my word because there isn't time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Damn it,
Okay.
Lex.
There isn't time for
All
spookiness.
right.
Though I have designed that encounter so that can happen later in the campaign, but
Oh yeah.
oof, that spook. When we get closer to Halloween, it'll make more sense anyway. So, the group of you are still standing outside the shrine, divvying up gold. It is quite late at night, but you probably don't want to rest in this bog because that would be
Is that what
uncomfortable.
Ulf and Raylana are doing? Ulf, are we like maybe scouting a rest? Would that make sense?
I'm a little bruised up. I wouldn't, help, and also seeing how much treasure there is, and it would make sense to carry a bit of it. So
I figured we took ours and then continued on.
But I think if
Yeah.
we're all staying together, that's fine.
Yeah, we can all just go.
Divvy up when we camp or
That's
whatever,
fine,
it's
yeah.
Yeah.
Grab one of the
we are
boats, maybe.
probably going after a very large bat. I think also like the more people we have to go
Yeah.
and
Let's go.
Yeah.
stick as a group.
Cool.
So you head out of the bog. You are able to get to a place where the tree line is somewhat sparse. There are these all these banyan trees that are lining this place. So these huge, like, sort of roots that sort of bulge out from the trunks of the trees, and big enough to like walk between and stuff. And you sort of find your way through those onto dry land once again. At this point, it's like about midnight. You probably want to rest. I mean, you can keep going if you want, but you're gonna be getting real tired.
We have our one guide from the palace with us.
No, they went off to track
That's
the
right.
the bat
That's right.
because they were gonna be the best person to be able to track it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in favor of resting. This has been a long
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
Me too.
Yep.
Let's set up camp.
Okay. You set up camp. The night goes by uneventfully because there isn't time to do a spooky encounter. And you guys are able to get the stuff for a long rest. So if you are a spellcaster, you get to re-up your spell slots. People get to heal 1d3 hit points. Yeah.
Cool.
3. Nice. It's like that rock never fell on you.
I still haven't been hit yet.
Exactly. All right.
So, you wake up. The morning is quite foggy, but there is no sign of the rest of your group.
No trail or anything we could follow. We have no idea which way they went.
I mean, they went through the water to get to a part of the
Oh,
tree
okay.
line that you couldn't see because it was.
Are we
dark
still
out.
in the bog, or did we leave
You're
the bog?
you're out of it. You're at the edge of it, so you got to
Okay.
dry land in order to camp. You know what direction, I forgot to say this earlier, but you know what direction Abishau is because Anata pointed out the way to go. He basically said if you keep going due north, which is that way, and they gestured, like soon you'll be able to see the plateau in the distance, and you can, if you just go towards the plateau, you will get to the city.
Okay. I think that there's a sense from Senebset that because she has all this much gold, she kind of wants to cut and run, but because her party's not here, like her retainer, she's sort of like, I guess I'll stick with you guys. But you get the sense she's like, I got money, I want to get out of here, right? Why am I on this quest? She's sort of reluctantly coming along. But yeah, I'll continue with you guys. I assume we're going to Abishab. Yeah. Okay.
Is there a way to track in BX, Lex, that like...
You know, there might be some kind of rule for it, or I could throw something together if you'd like.
I think that's what Raylana would probably do, is try to track out. Are we more concerned with looking for our retainers or going to the city? What's our deal right now?
Well, you know that Anata is with your retainers, so, and they know exactly where the city is, so they can certainly head towards the city once they find Corville. Like, you're pretty confident that he would be able to lead them there. Your worry would just be, oh no, maybe the bat killed all of them.
Fine. We're gonna have a better chance meeting them at a location in the wilderness.
I think she brings that up to the party and is just like, would we like to head toward the city, or would we like to go into bat territory? You know.
If anything, the bat was rather large, so if they don't show up at the city, we could always hire some more people to go looking for them.
And send them off to a deadly bat death.
Deadly bat death.
I'm just saying, you know.
No, I like the way you think. I like the way you think, Ulf. I think she would try to track to make sure they make it to the city. We know to head due north, correct? So she would make sure to make it as easy as possible.
Right.
Well,
sure. Roll 1d6.
Okay. I rolled a 1.
Hey, there you go.
One time I would enjoy rolling a 1.
So yeah, if you want to make a beeline to the city, or make it as easy as possible to get to the city, you can do that because a 1 does that. So
yeah, I think that's what Raylana does. She takes point leading the party, you know, through wherever they are, that they head toward the city.
Yeah, despite the mist of the morning, you can still see, or you can still discern very clearly where due north is. Probably like note where like what side of the tree the moss is growing on, something silly like that. And as you travel, you get out of a sort of this patch of trees, and the fog sort of thins around you, and you can see in the distance, beyond some plains, with a few creeks and other small rivers running through them, a large plateau looming. That's supposedly where the city is, at the base of it anyway. And the party can just head out and travel for, you know, the better part of the day will get you there.
All right.
You head out, traveling over this landscape. In the day, there's a lot of the water of like the smaller rivers that you go past is like this very brilliant sort of jade green color, and the different plant life ranges in color. There are patches of wildflowers that are like these deep crimsons and like very fluorescent yellows, and then there are also like bits of grass that has this very kind of like a very deep green color to it. So everything, it's like someone has turned up the saturation to 11 on this entire place. But as you're venturing across these plains, the rivers thin out to creeks and then just become kind of trickles until there isn't much water at all. And the grasses get more sparse and the flowers basically disappear altogether. And as you're going and you're approaching, and you can start to see these structures in the distance of the city at the base of this large, sort of looming gray plateau of rock. And it just feels like, again, somebody's in Photoshop and they're just adjusting that saturation. They're just sliding it down and down and down and down. And all the color is just draining out of the land the farther you get towards the plateau. And when you finally do approach, you can see this sprawling, sort of unwalled city. Massive structures of conical spires rise up from between squat, square residences, each tower ribbed with carvings. Though the buildings here are made of a dull clay, your attention is pulled to the one bit of color that you can point out in the city, a group of hanging blue banners, each easily 30 yards long, hanging from these large spires. Arcane glyphs painted in white run down the banners. And as you sort of enter into town, the one thing you're struck by, other than the fact that this place is like very sort of desaturated except for those banners, is that it's very quiet, like eerily quiet.
Arwen resists the urge to stream into the night.
Well, it is daytime, so...
Resists the urge to scream into the day.
Just resist the urge to scream.
Are there people walking around, or is it just totally abandoned?
It's not abandoned. There do seem to be, like, as you get closer, you can see that there are these veiled citizens.
Oh, right, but like half, yeah.
A lot of them are not dressed as fancy as they were when you saw them at the Endless Palace. They were mostly wearing like very simple gray cloaks. This
is where Silfgar is from, right?
Yep.
Silfgar? Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And you do see a couple, maybe 3 or 4 at most, just walking around. Like, none of them are saying anything to each other, and they're walking and they're just sort of going about their day. They seem to be doing normal stuff. Like, one person is like exiting what seems like a shop, and they're carrying like a bundle of something under their arm, but they pass people on the street and they don't say anything to them. No one is talking to each other at all. It is completely silent.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Synapset's on edge, right? This obviously seems very...
Yeah, Raylana is just like eyes darting around, keeping her ears open, because just like you, she's very much on edge. This is strange.
I think just the fact that Arwen has been around these folks in some small capacity and realizes that they weren't like super talkative. I don't know if Arwen's on edge. In fact, I think he knows quiet people. Normally quiet people.
You don't get a strange feeling about this place. I just sort of have the heebies.
Too quiet. This isn't what a city sounds like.
I think we should go and find that one rather statuesque blue individual. I think wasn't that at the party, Arwen?
Yes. Arwen resists the urge to call him Odor Daddy, but goes Silfgar. Big, imposing, and
I found my notes. Silpakar.
Silpakar. Okay. That's why I shouldn't write fantasy names in cursive.
Or in cursive at all. Yeah.
Hey.
I can only write in cursive.
Really? Oh,
yeah, I was that generation that was taught, like, you're not going to use print in college.
Print's dead, yeah. It's only cursive. That's totally useless. That's
But yeah, Arwen puffs up to be a little bit like more bigger of a form.
Raylana is going to like I think let just like sort of trail behind, keeping her eyes and ears open, but following. Like if Arwen is leading the way, like following after for sure.
Ulf is gonna go to one of the individuals, the closest to us, and just approach and give a curt bow and say, "Excuse me, we are looking for an individual known as Silpakar. Where would we find them?"
If you go over to someone and try to get their attention, and I just realized this is a fun thing just for you, they seem to be completely ignoring you. They act as if you're not there at all.
Really? So it's more like, "Excuse me."
Yeah, they just keep walking, or if they're standing there like reading something or doing a task, they just don't look up.
I got my hand of.
They don't seem to notice your hand there.
Okay.
Does it seem like they don't notice, or that they're deliberately ignoring?
Especially once like Ulf like waves the hand. I mean, if they're deliberately ignoring, they're doing a dang good job because he's getting right up in their face.
Arwen, are the people you said they're usually quiet? Are they usually like this as well?
Not sure.
Raylana will go to one of the people and just be like, "Hello," and lean in, and look at their face. Are they also ignoring Raylana?
They look over at you and say, "Oh, hello."
All right. We're looking for an individual named. What is the name? Sorry.
Silpakar.
Silpakar. We're looking for an individual named Silpakar. Can you tell us where he is, please?
Oh yes, the ogre magi, the circle. They're there, and they just sort of point towards one of those, the largest of those large like conical spire structures.
Can I ask you one more question? How many of us do you see here?
They look over. 3, of course.
Ulf, can you hand me that shield?
Yes, not a problem.
You hand the shield, and suddenly the person just sort of starts back a little bit, and they say,
"Oh."
Yep. That's it. I was like, "Oh, wait a minute. Now what?"
Because the shield makes you invisible to scrying, right?
Mind reading and
so yeah, that's what I mean. They see by magic.
Oh,
then.
That's fun,
right? I mean, they'd have to, because that doesn't make you invisible, just invisible to scrying. Yeah. Huh.
She hands the shield back to Ulf. Well, at least we know they're not rude.
That is some comfort.
The person says, "You must have strange magic. You should definitely speak to Silpakar."
Yes, definitely going to do that. And she just nods toward where they pointed her to and heads that way.
As your group is heading through, you head past an alley, and I'm gonna say Synepset is probably at the rear of the group.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Or actually, I'm sorry. Before that happens, no. Yes, before that happens, you're heading through the city, and you hear a shout from the distance, a shout that sounds quite familiar and quite piratey. Towards
my face brightens.
Yeah, there is I don't want to call it a tavern, because this
I was gonna say, like, so it was like almost about to be like, I need a drink. Like, do they have alcohol here? Like, where's the tavern? So thank you for giving me a tavern and me having to ask for it.
Yeah,
perfect.
You just hear this shout, this piratey shout, and you just say, "What in the nine hells do you mean you don't have any alcohol in this place? What kind of place is this? I'll beat."
Right.
It's like lit, and you recognize the voice as Inno, right? That was the name of the
Inio. Yeah.
Inio. Just stumbling out from a block over is Inio being like, "This place is awful. They freaking I'm not gonna stay at a place where I can't get a drink. This is the stupidest thing I ever heard."
You have my sympathies, friend. Where's Kawit? Are you both here?
He wasn't talking to you. He was just talking to someone in general inside the building.
Oh,
that
okay. Well, I'll go
out
up to
of.
him then. I'll
Yeah.
go grab him. Yeah.
And he recognizes you, and he's like, "Oh, Synepset. Hey, you. This is the Yar."
That's Captain to you,
Oh,
Inio.
yeah. I'm sorry. He's like, "Oh, Captain. I'm sorry. The it's good you made it here. Anata couldn't figure out where you lot decided to set up camp, so figured we could just try and meet you here."
We had very much the same thought.
Yeah, they're all got food and lodging, but apparently they don't have anything fun here. Oh God, you should try the food. It's completely tasteless.
Do you want to leave? Because I feel like I kind of want to leave. You know, it's a beautiful country, but
Hold on. He sort of gets in real close, and he's like, "Listen, a lot of the people here, they're boring as shit, but
right.
I found a guy. He's a little weird.
Okay. Weird for us is pretty weird. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, is Inio a halfling or just a thief?
He's a halfling.
Okay, so he seems he's a little on the shorter side. Might be a fellow halfling. Couldn't quite tell. Had a pretty big cloak on. I figured, maybe he had that weird deformity like these other people do, so I didn't want to pry. But
right.
He said there's a great opportunity to get our hands on some real good coin. If he just said that he needs a team, and if we can meet with him.
Yeah, I know a team. And I lead a team, in fact.
Yeah, no, and I wanted to bring it just to you and not because we don't want to be splitting it with all these other. No.
Yeah, right. I'm wondering. Yeah, maybe we go around the Maharaja. It seems like it's kind of a dead end. Okay, great. Yeah, so I think she spins back around to the rest of the party. I don't know what the rest of the party is doing.
I think while that was happening, Raylana is just got her arms crossed between Ulf and Arwen and is like, and keeping her voice low while you're talking is just like. Right. Do you think she's going to tell them about all the gold she got from us? Should I do that? I feel like I should do that.
While you're talking, someone just walks into Ulf and is just like, huh? And then just walks around.
Oh, man!
Do I apologize? I don't know what.
It'd be weird if you did, because suddenly there's just this voice from nowhere.
I feel like you should just let it go.
I'll stand sideways in the street.
Trying to avoid people. Yeah. I think Synepsis spins around and it's like, "Friends, I have grave and important news. It seems there's been a terrible accident with my ship. It was some sort of an accident. It's been boarded by customs officers. I must return immediately. It's been a great pleasure getting to know you all, but if we could square up the matter of the gold as soon as possible." And she kind of sidles up to Arwen. It gets really close to him.
Arwen kind of crosses his arms, gives a look and goes, "Turning tail that soon?"
Turning tail? No. You see, I have to look out for my crew and my interests above all else. You understand?
I understand. And starts shilling out gold.
We can do the gold stuff. Yeah, great. Great. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, we need to cover. Once the gold is there, I think she extends her hand back out to you again, Arwen. Basically.
I take it and try and steal one more ring.
Great. Yeah, go for it.
Hell yeah.
Can I assist to let Arwen take it?
Ooh, are you gonna let them take it?
I am gonna let them take it. But I don't want it to look like I'm
something to remember you by.
Okay. I rolled a 25.
Yeah. Is that enough for you?
Yes, I think so.
I think it is.
Okay. I don't know what your pockets are. Cool. Great.
Cool.
Yeah, so I think you get it. Yeah. You don't need my help. You got it.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
Cool. I think it's just big. Oh, Oh, Lex, wait. I have a ring.
How many rings do you have 4 rings on that hand?
I don't know, maybe. But I kind of think it's cool if Arwen gets the good one. Like, it's more useful that way.
I was gonna have her roll like 1d4, and it's just
Okay,
if you
that's
get a
fine.
4,
Yeah. So
that's the
I
one you
have
get.
one very good ring, Arwen. There's a chance you might grab it.
Okay. There we go. What number?
You want a 4.
I guess I'll. I rolled a 2.
Mm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so I think you get like a one that's got like a jackal face on it. She's got one on like her forehead. Yeah, but it's just cool pointed little ears and stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think you get it on your own. I mean, I did not have to help him. You got it. Great. I think then she goes over to Ulfric and has this moment of like respect. We stood in battle together.
Clasp forearms and I hope to see you again on the field of battle.
If you
and
ever
preferably by my side, fighting.
If you ever get boarded by pirates, tell them that you know me, and they'll look the other way.
This is I am grateful.
She sort of bows. And then she looks at Raylana and she just like crosses her arms and frowns at you.
Raylana walks up to you and is just like, do you mind? She just reaches out and straightens your wig.
She gets really red in the face. And then she
didn't-
spins and turns away, and strides.
I didn't
off.
want to say anything. I'm sorry.
All right. Great, cool. I think she goes with Inio, and they get out of here.
Yeah, they meet up with the Kawit and and head off toward a different part of the city.
Awesome.
The party, meanwhile, enters into this lodging, this hotel, sort of, and in it are the rest of your retainers. Also, a very sort of disheveled looking Corville.
Hey.
And Anata is just like, I mean, we never found the bat, but we found him just sort of in the canopy of a tree. He hasn't wanted to talk much about what happened, but
Just sort of hanging around.
I'm sorry, what?
He was just sort of hanging around.
Oh, lose 2,000 experience. Yeah, it's like he hasn't wanted to talk much about what happened. It's almost as if his player isn't here. But he, but maybe now that you're here, he'll have something more to say.
No, probably not, actually.
He's a rather quiet guy.
Maybe in a week or so.
Yeah, maybe in a week or so he'll have something more to say. So the group has reconvened. Anything that anyone wants to ask of Anata or any of their retainers, anything like that?
Nope, not at the moment.
Okay.
Not nothing comes. Yeah.
Oh, he mentions that they have secured lodging here, but
Oh, sweet.
yeah. So we leave the group and cut to our epilogue. Another scene. Senebset, Kawit, and Inio find themselves. Dusk has settled over the city, and they find themselves in a back alley. And Inio's like, "This is where the guy said that I was. This is where the guy said I was supposed to meet him." No, we're not gonna do that.
Oh no!
This is where the guy
Never
said I was
follow a halfling to a second location.
this is where the guy said I was supposed to meet him. I don't. He's got to be around here somewhere. Oh, there he is. And you just see, coming out of the shadows, is a short, sort of hunchbacked figure wearing a cloak. Their face is totally obscured. And they say, "Ah, yes, travelers to Abishau. It's very good. Always good to see new people here. We get so few travelers here. I am in need of some skilled warriors."
And who might I be addressing?
I am known as Krennic. Though that is not important. It is only my master, Viraj, they are the ones who so very much wish to meet with you.
Barrage. Well, we were told there was some opportunity to make a little bit of coin.
Oh, much coin, yes. My master can promise you great heaps of it upon completion of what they wish.
Well, then perhaps we should meet with your master then.
Excellent. I will take you there now. And their sleeve falls away from their hand, and you can just see that their flesh is weird, like mangled and bulbous in these strange places, and they have an extra finger growing out of the side of their hand, and they take off a bronze ring. And then hold it and just start to stretch it out. And as they're stretching it out, it just grows and gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it's the size of a hula hoop. And then they step over to you and they're like, please come close to me. And the short man just sort of tosses the ring up in the air, and it sort of flips end over end until it is above you, and then it drops down.
Sure.
And we see from the edge of the alley, it just drops down, and when it hits the ground, there's just nobody there.
Yeah. That's cool. Sweet. Cool. I don't know what any of that means.
Don't know what any of that means. What could it mean?
Yikes. Spooky times.
Oof.
Cool.
All right. So that's it for this session. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. This has been session 3 of Intrigue in the Ivory Kingdoms. I don't know what this session's going to be called yet. I think it's going to be called The Elephant and the Mouse, probably.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, so I hope that everybody enjoyed watching. I hope everybody enjoyed playing.
Yes.
And we're going to go around and have everybody tell you good folks what they do and where they can be found on the interwebs. And I'm going to do it in reverse order. Who should I do last? It was Josh was last.
Hi, everybody. I'm Josh Reisted. I am a co-host on a podcast called Detentions of Dragons, where we talk about methods for bringing D&D into the classroom and education setting, as well as clubs for kids. You can check us out on most podcatchers, iTunes, Spotify, and others. You can, if you want to get in contact with us, you can hit us up on our Twitter account at DetentionsPods, or you could contact me at Professor Olaf on Twitter.
Nice. All right. Very cool. Good. Great podcast. Really good stuff.
Thank you.
Let's go over to Cole.
Hi, my name is Cole Burkhart. You can find me on Twitter at KNicoleMiner. I am a voice actor and audio producer. I am also the co-producer and creator of the Piece of Cake Podcasting Network, a network devoted to helping people of color and other marginalized identities find their voice within the industry. You can find our Twitter there at POC Podcasting.
Awesome. All right. Up next, we have Katie.
Hi, everyone. I'm Katie. You can find me on the internet everywhere at KatieFace. That's my Twitter is usually where a good place to find what I'm doing. I'll be back here on the Greyhawk channel on Mondays at 11 Central Standard Time, playing Blades in the Dark, and I play various other games through the week on Off the Table, including Alas for the Awful Sea. We're starting a new Monster Hearts campaign, and Monday will be the first episode of our actual play Urban Shadows podcast that comes out called Cape Lorelei. I'm very excited for that. We're very far ahead in recording, and so much good stuff has happened, so I'm ready for it to come out. You can also in October, if anyone's interested, I have a tweet out about it. A friend of mine, Jay Dawson on Twitter, is going to be running a 4-session spooky every Monday Monster of the Week campaign. Mondays in October at around, I think, 7 or 8 Eastern time. And if anyone's interested, we're still looking for a couple of players, so get up with me or him, and we'd love to have you. He runs an excellent game of Monster of the Week.
Awesome. All right. So that just leaves me. I'm Lex. I'm trying to find a link to something. Give me that link. Twitter, let me copy it.
It also leaves me, but that's cool.
Yeah, what about
No
our
worries.
guest, Lex?
Nah, I don't care about Tim.
That's fine.
Tim
That's
sucks.
really okay.
Yeah, Tim, tell us about yourself. I forgot you
Hey,
because I
guys.
wasn't paying attention.
No worries. I'm Timothy. I am one of the two halves of the experience points. We made 2 seasons of a web series, which you can watch on YouTube right now. Just search Experience Points; it'll come up. And I currently am the showrunner of an evil campaign podcast called All Hail Yogg, which is very nefarious and very cartoonish and very fun. You can find us on Twitter at XP Web Series, obviously on YouTube, and you can find All Hail Yogg in most podcatchers if you just search it. It's got a scary, like, Illuminati eye for the icon. It'll be hard to miss. Yeah, great. It was such a blast to be here. I was really glad Lex invited me. We finally made it work. Yeah, it was great. I hope you guys have a lot of fun and figure out what the hell Synepsid is doing. And it's probably bad. It does not sound good for you. I'm unfortunate to report. Yeah, but thanks so much. It was a blast.
Yeah, so cool having you. Really great character. Really great RP.
Yeah, this was a great party. You guys had a lot going on. I'm really excited to see where you guys go. That'd be cool.
Oh, okay. So now we have made it to me, unless I forgot someone else. So I am Lex, and you can find me on Twitter at Dank Dungeons. I do all sorts of different stuff. I got an actual play show on YouTube. I do stuff on DM's Guild. I have stuff on Bandcamp. I have a Teespring. And now, as of a couple days ago, or of yesterday, you can purchase an official T-shirt for Intrigue of the Ivory in the Ivory Kingdoms and an official poster for Intrigue in the Ivory Kingdoms, with some art I commissioned, which I think for next week I'm going to actually incorporate into the layout instead of this placeholder art. So get ready for that. There's a Rakshasa. It's pretty cool looking. I'm pretty dang happy with it. I'm going to throw a link dump, or rather just a link to a tweet that has all of those things into chat. So if you want to check out the Teespring, any of my other stuff, follow the tweet link in chat, and that'll give you all those good things. Thank you. Gosh, I'm really tired. So, hey.
Before we go,
yeah,
I 100% called that was Ganesh.
Yeah.
I didn't say it, but come on. It was silly.
I was like, oh, I know very, very little about it, but I was like, I wonder if it is. Because
I thought that too. It comes up a lot in Norse mythology. Sorry to delay us. Because a lot of Norse mythology, like Odin will show up as an old man. I'm like, but it can't be Odin because it's Indian. Yeah, well, exactly. He's got one tooth. And I talked to my wife, and she's like, "Did he have a broken tooth?" Or he had, because Ganesh always says a broken tusk. And I was like, "Yeah." So I didn't want to say it. I feel like that was out of character, but I would totally called it. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no, I think
I was like, I bet he knows. I bet he knows it. I bet he's got it right on the money.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no. When I first designed that, I was like, "Is this too obvious? Is it too obvious? It might be too obvious." But yeah, because that meant that it was just Ganesha running into you guys and being like, "Hey, you need to go to my temple."
Yeah, go to my temple. Yeah, exactly. You have to go clean out my apartment.
Yeah, go clean my apartment.
Left a big old alligator.
There's an alligator running around.
Like addicted.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Anyway.
Thanks again for watching. Thanks again to these awesome players for playing. We're going to be back next week, and we're going to have the core party is going to be here just for one time only this season. We're going to have the core party. That's going to be a fun time. So looking forward to that. Tune in and watch us then. See ya.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.